Okay, is there any questions before we get started?
Nah, I'm gonna change my profile pic real quick.
Oh yeah, you should do that. Yeah. I went with Trader this time. I was thinking
Classic.
Yeah, because I was thinking of doing Luke with the green milk, but I couldn't find a way to really fit a Red Sox hat into that. I mean, I could always change it later on. This is just for Force Awakens. But I feel like I want to be consistent, because I was consistent with Anakin with the Red Sox hat throughout the prequels. So
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna go a little off the menu because it's not got an actual Star Wars character, but adjacent.
Star Wars adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Edit profile. There he is.
Let me click on it just so that it like changes. Why isn't it changing? Come on. All right, hold on. Profile. There we go. I see it. Yeah, Nerd Crew. Mike's the closet. There. Perfect. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect one.
It's all his fault.
Well, it's like the old saying goes, Star Wars summer isn't really gone. No, that's our intro. Hello, folks. Welcome back. Yes, Star Wars summer isn't dead. It's been a while. But you know, I had more important things like Sinbad and episode 200. I feel like that was far more important to get to than the sequel trilogy. Swine, what say you about everything?
Yeah, we definitely weren't putting it off. It's not these such quality films. We couldn't wait to talk about them.
I mean, that was just a byproduct of the pushing back, but it certainly doesn't help. I mean, with
the 200th episode, you can't. You got to have the 200th episode.
Yeah.
It couldn't be a Star. You can't cross over the 200th episode with Star Wars Summer. That'd just be ridiculous.
Right, exactly. What are we, amateurs? No, we're professional churs. And I mean, look, do I have my hang-ups with the sequel trilogy? Oh brother, you we'll get into it. But with that
I have more than I thought I did.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I think we can start off a little bit positive though, because rewatching Force Awakens, do I have my issues? Yes. But I think overall, I'm still mostly positive with Force Awakens. But boy howdy, is it getting less and less cool every time I watch it. I said in my review, every time I watch it, it gets 1% less cool. And
the passage of time is not kind to this movie.
No, which I feel like I have known for years. I've kind of had a feeling, it's definitely never going to. And in fairness, the hype for it was unreal. I feel like, I mean, we weren't around when Phantom Menace was coming out, but we experienced Force Awakens hype, which I feel like, again, I can't speak for Phantom Menace hype. I heard that was legendary. I feel like Force Awakens hype was nuts, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. And it was, it was going to be, and everyone's coming off of, like the, no one was like blown away the way most people weren't like blown away the way they were expecting to with the prequels. And so now they're gonna get it, like it's out of Lucas's hands, and they're gonna get it right. They're gonna give you what you want.
Right, exactly.
It's you're getting the original characters back. I mean, you talk about the trailer. The trailer knew what people knew how to get people the right way.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's a Chewie, we're home. That line was like.
That was the second trailer? Yeah, because there was 3 trailers, and I remember that because I obsessed over those trailers when I first watched them. Like they were, they were at the time probably my most watched YouTube videos. I just kept going back to them every couple of weeks, just being like, oh, this looks so cool.
It just makes you want to grab your boxed R4 droid and just
jack it off,
stroke it.
Yeah. It's the Millennium Falcon. Oh my god, I fucking love Star Wars.
And Star Wars.
Yeah. So even definitely not at the time, but within the past decade, it slowly dawned on me Force Awakens is never going to be worth the hype it was given.
Yeah.
And it's definitely, yeah. So, but like, I'm at a part in my life where I'm not angry by that. I'm not angered by the idea of it being worse than I was leading up to believe it would be. Um, because even watching it again, I rewatched it yesterday. I still find things charming about it. I think it is a charming movie overall. Um, but yeah, the hype to it, and then eventually, when it eventually came out, and it was like this huge thing where everybody was praising the hell out of it, saying it was one of the best things ever, one of the best Star Wars movies. It's like, yeah, that's overblown. That, because then you watch it a couple more times, and you go, no, 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 no. This is not the greatest Star Wars movie ever made. This is just, it's a fun movie. Can we agree on that?
I guess you could say that.
I guess, bro.
I say it's
No, actually, yeah, you go a little into what your opening thoughts are.
I'm not gonna. It's not a dumpster fire. Like, okay, you got a good cast.
Yeah,
it has a lot of things going for it. Like, there's cool things to it. I don't think Star Wars ever struggled to have cool things. It's
no,
it's so cool.
It's so cool.
There's Snoke is intimidating. That you had like Snoke like narrating the first trailer, or whatever. It was the dark and the light. Like, Snoke was cool. Snoke is cool in this movie. And of course, like, you're gonna. There's so many things. Like, a lot of things this movie has going for it. I know with in retrospect now that like they don't deliver in the future movies.
Yeah,
but again, like, you got, these characters are cool. They're well acted. They're there's good chemistry sometimes. Like, they have good chemistry moments. I think where I can't get over we give the Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi script criticisms. This script is honestly pretty rough, even for and everyone knew at the time it was like, it was a soft reboot of original Star Wars. But I feel like that is a discredit to the original Star Wars, because this is just like taking the major like plot beats and just like disregarding all the things that like made it flow, and that like everything that built up to like the plot points that you liked. Like,
right.
I guess it just you kind of almost fill those gaps in on your own, like assuming, oh yeah, this was a well-written script, and like everything built up properly to it.
But the script,
it's like,
it is because I've always said it is very when talking about the A New Hope similarities, I've always described it as kind of like the skeletal structure of A New Hope is what Force Awakens takes, and it kind of fills in its own with other things. But like, yeah, even still, that basicness, so it's never really bothered me that it's similar to A New Hope, but obviously everything it does that is similar to A New Hope, I go, well, New Hope did it better.
Yeah. I think it, honestly, I think it starts with it's overcomplicated. It starts with the title crawl. I mean, the title crawl is like trying to like the entire like setup to, and like the politics of it, or like you can compare it, like, okay, like prequels are kind of complicated. The original trilogy is pretty straightforward. So it's space Nazis, and this is like the First Order is something, and the Resistance is something, and it's kind of sponsored by the Republic. But why is the Resistance?
Yeah, like, every time I rewatch this movie, it does bother me how it's just like the First Order. You go, okay, these are the bad guys, and it's like the Resistance, funded by the Republic. You're like, whoa, wait, what? There's a Republic still, but there's a First Order, but there's a Resistance. Wait, what? What is going on? Like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's
like, what the, and it's like everything is like in the title crawl is like everything is hinging on Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker is awesome, but like the the galaxy fell in the complete chaos because he's missing, and I forget that. It gets me every time when I see. I forget that The Last Jedi is a line in the opening title crawl.
They say it a lot in this movie. Yeah, they say it a lot. They go like, The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi. It's like, gee, I wonder what the next movie's called.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah.
And
How
it's like,
curious.
oh, Leia is so desperate to get Luke, and the entire opening title crawl is just about like Luke missing, and like
Right.
I kind of can't believe that it's kind of stupid that they shoehorn at the end, like actually going to the planet that Luke's on.
Yeah.
Like
I
should have
get
just been the next movie.
looking back,
They
it's
both this and Last Jedi definitely overstay their welcome in that way. They
right.
should have ended earlier.
Yeah, because like looking back, I really wanted to see Luke in this movie. So when they go to the island and they finally see him, I was like, holy shit, thank God we got to finally see him. Even if he didn't say anything, I didn't mind that. But
Yeah.
looking back, I think it would have been infinitely better if they didn't get to him in the movie. Like, I know
Yeah.
fans would have rioted, just been like, where's Luke? But it's like, save him for the next movie. Now, I have my issues with him in the next movie, but like that's a next movie thing. I'm talking about this movie specifically.
Yeah.
I would have been, which sucks because I think the scene itself is really cool. I like the no dialogue and Rey just handing him the lightsaber. I think that's a really cool shot, but could we have done without it? Ultimately, yeah, I think that would have made the beginning of Last Jedi a little bit better, but but even still, it definitely would have made the ending of Force Awakens a lot better because you're just like tantalizing. Ooh, they're going to find Luke.
And Rian Johnson never could have gotten away with the tossing lightsaber over the shoulder.
yeah, those meddling kids. That meddling Ryan.
He couldn't subvert our expectations.
That's true.
Because we'd had no expectations.
Yeah.
Or at least not expectations as far as that shot.
But you're right, though. Like, even within the title crawl, again, when I first watched this movie, did any of these issues come up? No, absolutely not. I was so blinded by hype that I was willing to accept anything. These are issues I've come across upon subsequent viewings. And you're right about the script, because there are a lot of things that still kind of bother me story-wise in this movie. Even to stuff like the
they
dialogue.
make fun of it within, like the script points it out too. Like you have Kylo like disregards BB-8 entirely just because he found Rey, and the Hux is like tattles on Snoke because of it. Like, yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
you went there to get BB-8 so that the Resistance couldn't get him, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna take this girl.
I'm just gonna take this girl because we got to establish our relationship.
Like he says, "Oh, you're the girl I've heard so much about." No, they only report Finn. They only report that Finn was there, and that's what pisses him off, is that one of the stormtroopers is a traitor.
Yeah, I mean, they also
they don't even know that there is another girl with him.
Well, he does. Like, the guy reporting it does say there's a girl, and he's like, "What girl?" But then, like,
okay, I missed that.
Yeah, but that's fine.
He's pissed about Finn.
He is pissed about Finn. Which leading to one of his many Kylo Ren tantrums. The second one is funny because at least in that one he's just like flipping his shit. The stormtroopers come and they kind of back up. That's funny. Like the comedy, I'm a little iffy on with this movie. Like that's funny.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it does like Marvel stuff. Like it was literally like the first freaking line.
Yeah,
like, not the first line, but like very close to the line when Poe's like, "Who's going to talk first?"
Yeah. Who talks first? You talk
Star
first.
Wars.
That's Marvel. Yeah, that's definitely Marvel at the time. I remember seeing a post at the time when people were just like, "See, this is how you do comedy," and I'm looking back at that like, "Oh no, oh no." Oh boy, yeah, that's a bad first impression.
And Last Jedi does the same thing too. They start with Poe doing Marvel quips.
Yeah, this is your mama or something like that. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I haven't rewatched it again. I'll be sure to get that joke right. So like, a lot of these things are starting to pop up. One thing that actually does kind of bother me about this movie is kind of the characterization of Finn. So Finn, here's a weird thing about Finn, John Boyega's character. I don't hate
FN 2187.
Yeah. Oh, that's the cell number that Leia's in A New Hope. Isn't that a fun, quirky detail? Really? Yeah. That was.
I think it's fun.
No, go ahead.
Because FN stands for something.
Oh.
I can't say it.
Dear God, JJ, what were you thinking?
If only Yinzid were here.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, JJ. The black character? Are you kidding me? Good God, man. This is
I
Disney.
didn't notice that in 2015, but
No.
I'm seeing it now.
Hello, base department. Oh, that's terrible, but funny. Anyway, sorry. My point is, so Finn on the surface I don't hate, and I think that's due to John Boyega's performance. I think he's very likable in this. I think he's a very likable. He has a very likable presence. He's a very fun character to have in a Star Wars movie. I think he really nails the energy you want to see in a character in a Star Wars movie. The problem is the writing, because I mean, on the surface, he's a stormtrooper that decides to do the right thing. It's like, okay, that's a good idea. I like that. I'm excited to see how they tackle that. There's really no reason to make Finn a stormtrooper, though. I really don't think anything he does throughout even throughout the next two movies, but especially just focusing on this one, I don't know. I just don't think he does anything that really warrants him being a stormtrooper. Because I don't know, just because he changes real quick, which, I feel like a lot of people bring up how Anakin Skywalker shifted to the dark side, but like Finn changes to the good side.
It's really stupid.
Yeah, it's really much faster and really a lot earlier on in the movie, and I'm thinking, okay, like that's really quick, and I wouldn't mind. I don't know. It's just, no, I do mind, because then he's like shooting at TIE fighters when they escape, and then he's shooting at stormtroopers later in the movie. Like, yeah. It's like, didn't you know these people, dude? Like, weren't these your people? Like, I don't know. It's just such a sudden shift that ultimately I would have preferred he just be like, I don't know, like a resistance guy, or like maybe you don't even have to make him a resistance guy. Maybe make him like just some random guy who gets caught in the crossfire and has to become a resistance fighter. Like, you can still apply that. I think a lot of what he does in this movie can still apply to that. It's just really done weirdly with him being a former stormtrooper.
Yeah, it's and I think there's a lot of characterizations that are kind of like that are rushed, like with Poe and Finn. Sorry, not Poe. Poe's fine. Rey and Finn are both like and they're all over the place, because again, they're not trying, like there's no patience with the character development. Like Poe is like, it just looks, that shot just looks so stupid with like all the other stormtroopers shooting, and he's the only one who's like grown a conscious. Again, it's like it's not like he ever like had any doubt either. It's just like he immediately just isn't shooting and just
so he's the only stormtrooper to do that. Or no, I think it's revealed in Rise of Skywalker. There's like a whole other group of stormtroopers that kind of but again, that's Rise of Skywalker.
And again, like people point out that he has no qualms of like shooting other stormtroopers. I guess like all of them got brainwashed better than he did. He's just he's just a black sheep.
Yeah,
in that regard.
It's still
but very and then he's
weird.
Like, and he's just like, his energy can be, it's like because he's just like he's putting off like all this confidence that it can kind of be a little
cringy,
weird to like pinpoint. Like, I don't know, to say cringy. It's just, again, it's just not, it doesn't feel very consistent of, like, again, like the I guess that is consistent, but at the same time, okay, we're trying to.
Well, there's that moment when he first meets Rey, and she's like, "Oh, you part of the Resistance?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm part of the Resistance." Like, he does like this cock of the walk kind of thing, and it's like, it's supposed to be funny.
Hey, funny, yeah.
Which, like, I don't know, like up to that point, that doesn't seem like something that character would do. Again, I really feel like the performance really sells it, because again, like, I don't hate Finn, but like, I think about him on like a script level, and I just can't find much to really like about him.
Yeah, I think it's like, because he's pretty incompetent. He really doesn't know anything,
right?
Like, he just kind of like gets, I don't know, say lucky.
Oh, lucky for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets lucky,
which can be funny, but again, they establish him as a stormtrooper, so like he should have some level of competence here. He's a soldier from the new Empire. Like, he should have some competence. If he's just this incompetent, like, wackadoo, fine, do that. But that's not what they're doing. They're trying to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, and I guess like a short is like, he's I was gonna. I think that's more so of Rey. I think that because I think you need some. Again, these are like both novice characters. Like Rey and Finn are novice characters. You can argue, okay, like Rey has spent a lot of time tearing apart ships and stuff. Apparently, she like worked on Millennium Falcon. It doesn't really line up for why she'd be, but oh well.
Oh well.
Again, like Finn actually is like kind of characterized the way you'd want, that he doesn't exactly know what he's doing. I think it's a little like sends you for a loop because he talks like he knows what he's doing, I guess is the short of it. And then like the thing is like he doesn't really get caught up with, he has like they get on Starkiller base and he's like, we use the Force. That's not how the Force works. Best line in the movie, and that's how fucking that's how I feel about this movie. Is that's not how the Force works.
That's not how the Force works.
Like everything Rey does. But yeah, and you're just like, okay, they capture Captain Phasma, and then Phasma just takes down the freaking shield for him.
Yeah.
She just does that. Like, it should be like,
boy, talk about wasted potential with Phasma, a character I was supposed to see as the next Boba Fett, and oh boy,
yeah.
Oh, Phasma's so lame.
Freaking executed for doing that. Like how many stormtroopers died on Starkiller base got blown up because of you. The resistance persisted because of you.
Yeah,
like singly because you lowered the shield.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
She's just back in the next movie. She survived. She got off Starkiller base and wasn't like excommunicated or anything.
Yeah. She was sorry, so it's okay. She was really, really sorry. She wrote a letter that said, I am sorry.
Sorry, Snoke.
Sorry.
I won't do it again.
Sorry. Yeah, you brought up Rey. Novice character. Yeah, kind of like... Because Rey is another character I have a lot of issues with.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in the next two. But I guess here... Because at first, I don't hate her. I actually really like her introduction scene where, like, it's no dialogue. It's her rummaging through the Star Destroyer. Then she goes into town, trades for a bunch of stuff, goes back to her AT-AT Walker house, makes her dinner. Like, a lot of it is visually told. I love the shot of her, like, kind of scratching in the days that she's been in the desert the whole time. Like, yeah, like, really excellent. It's a really excellent character introduction. I really like it. And then the rest of the movie just doesn't hold up those expectations, because I feel like a lot's going on with Rey and none of it's good to say the least. Like, just because I get what she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be the quote unquote Luke Skywalker of this movie. Like, she's the main character, I guess, which is weird because you get the feeling as though Finn kind of takes on the main character role for a good chunk of the movie, but then it's Rey, and then she is definitely the main character in the next two. So it's weird that these two characters are kind of sharing this main character role, and I don't know why. Like why couldn't it just be one or the other?
Yeah, I don't know. That's maybe the mystery of like.
They
show box. You see in the trailer, you see both her and Finn holding the blue lightsaber as who's going to be the Jedi. Like that's going to be keep people interested, and like Finn could be a Jedi even though he's not yet a Jedi, but he could be. Like that was like conversations that were happening.
Could be.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. No, it's not him. No. Yeah. But anyway, so Rey, I get the feeling that she's supposed to be the desert orphan who's like she doesn't have a family and she's lost. She wants to find purpose in life, which is ostensibly what Luke was doing. So you see a lot of similarities. What do you mean?
She kind of doesn't. So she doesn't want to find purpose.
Well, that's the other. Yeah, she wants to wait for her family. That's true. What am I saying? You know what? I'm going off on a tangent. What I'm filling in the blanks that I'm supposed to be. That I forget that the movie has her say her actual say her actual goals, but they fucking suck because it's like, oh yeah, I'm waiting for my family to come bring me back. That sucks, dude. I don't want that in a main character. I want the main character to want to go on an adventure. But like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
at every turn, I feel like she's just like, I don't want to be on this adventure. I don't want to go on this cool Star Wars like adventure. It's like
Yeah.
that's not good. Like, I get what.
Yeah, you're literally dragging your main characters kicking and screaming. It's the kind of such. It's I might as well say it. It's the Mary Sue accusation. It's like
Yes, that is the
everyone,
big
and that's what I was just
accusation.
talking about with just like Kylo just now. Like yeah, he wants to. Oh yeah, we can take her instead of BB-8. Like it's everyone is. Like yeah, like she doesn't want it, but everyone else around her
Right.
wants her to be doing this thing, and so like it's. It just doesn't like it's the we want basically what you're saying, we want a character who wants to go on an adventure and
Mhm.
not just that the plot is plot and everyone else like tells you like just they have your own character motivations like it's
But her character motivations
you
fucking
got to
suck.
make it so like everything lines up perfectly for our
Right.
characters like go do this and not there's no risk involved because they're like overpowered and again like they have no opposition like outside of the space Nazis.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
this movie does do that thing that I really can't stand in a lot of movies where there's that scene where Han is like trying to recruit her. He's being like, "Oh, yeah, I could use a co-pilot, kid." And she's like, "No, thanks," which that also bothers me. It's like, "Oh, you're not going to go on this awesome cool adventure. I guess we're not getting 2 more movies after this one. You really threw me for a loop there, movie." Um
mhm.
But then Han caps it off with like, "Oh, that's a shame because Chewie really likes you." It's like, why? Why does Chewie really like her? What has she done so far that makes Chewie want to like her? It's like you have
Yeah.
to explicitly state that characters like this other character. I can't stand that in movies. It really is just obnoxious because it's like, why don't you let me like the characters naturally rather than having characters be like, I like this character. This is a good character. We should like this character. Because, yeah,
Mhm.
I get more annoyed with Rey as the movies go on. But here, yeah, I really just don't see what I'm supposed to really get out of her as a character. Because I get that she's the main character. But yeah, every which way, for the majority of the movie, she's just saying how much she doesn't want to go on this adventure. She wants to go back to Jakku and be an orphan, even though it shows her life fucking sucks on Jakku. So like,
Yeah.
this is not. I already know this character is gonna want to go to greater things. This is the classic hero's journey. You shouldn't be making your hero's journey story where the main character is going, I actually want to go back home. It's like, no, you want to go on this cool epic adventure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's again if Luke like we don't like it's a like we like that there's a risk involved. Like we
Mhm.
don't know you're going into the unknown.
Yeah, but he has nothing to
Like
lose
Raiden.
because
Yeah.
Aunt what is it? Aunt May and Uncle
Amp,
Ben are dead. No,
yeah.
I know that's not them.
Yeah. Aunt Beru, Uncle O, and Aunt
Yeah,
Beru.
yeah,
There
they're
you go.
skeletons now.
Yeah,
So
we
like,
got it.
he's
Yeah.
like, well, all right, I guess I'll go on this adventure, learn the ways of the Force. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then with Rey, it's like she's just kind of forced into all of this, and then oh yeah, and then when she learns about the Force, she just has those abilities and can use them pretty dang well. It's like
Hmm.
okay, so that's that like we said, like her being called the Mary Sue is a big thing with these movies, um, and it does kind of bother me, like not even just because oh it's a female character and she's cool and epic like that I don't care about. What I care about is a character being fun. So if she was like this super cool badass and she could do anything she wanted, it's like okay, that's lame, but like make it fun then. Make this a fun character. She's not a fun character. So the fact that she can do whatever she wants and she's not a fun character while doing whatever she wants, it's lame. Like
Yeah.
so that's probably why a lot of people don't gravitate towards this character and why there was this huge backlash against her being a Mary Sue because it's like this is a
Hmm.
lame character. Like she can do whatever she wants and the conflicts she goes through don't really mean jack shit. So like, I don't know. What the fuck ever, you know?
Yeah. I think she's I would say she's fun.
Mm.
I'm not like, yeah, I was thinking about like, yeah, when this movie came out and like every Star Wars fan with no sense of shame was immediately crushing on her, of course.
Well, look, yeah. Is she cute? Yes, of
Of
course.
course, yeah,
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 of course. So like,
yeah.
but like, I don't know, just but like, yeah, so visually visually she's fine. No, but like, I don't know, just
Fighting commentary from too many movies.
yeah. The main character of Force Awakens looks fine, if you know what I mean. Yeah. No, I definitely feel like my biggest issues with Rey definitely come in the next two movies. Here, I just don't see a
She really
lot.
makes your R4 burst, you know?
You
know what I mean?
Disgusting. This is gross. This is disgusting.
Ugh.
How dare we? No, but like yes, but like I really just don't find a lot to like about her. The other thing too that she does a lot throughout this movie that this is a personal thing I can't stand. I can't stand when characters, mostly of the female variety, are every 5 seconds having to claim just how capable they are. You know, like this happens more than once where Rey is put in a dangerous situation and like a character will try to help her and she's just like, stop, no, I can do this on my own. Like there's that scene when Han is trying to recruit her and he gives her a gun and she's like, I think I can take care of myself. And Han's like, yeah, that's why I'm giving you the fucking gun. It's like,
yeah.
I can't stand that.
At least it's aware of it.
Yeah, that is, I guess that's kind of a scene of, I guess, awareness of it, but it's still having the character being like, I think I can handle myself. It's like, I don't need you to claim that. Do that through your actions, not through your dialogue.
Yeah. What I found annoying, I probably noticed this before. I found it really annoying that she just knows how to understand both BB-8 and Chewie, just like on rip. Like she just already knows.
Yeah.
Like where did you learn to speak Chewie, speak Wookiee? Where did you learn to understand BB-8 and like just completely fluently also? Because like the first time she sees Finn, she just like, oh yeah, BB-8 says that you stole that jacket, and so like I'm not even gonna like second guess what BB-8 said. I'm just gonna like whack you across the face with my stick.
Yeah, this other character I just met. Yeah. Because she just met BB-8 the night before, and already she's just like, "I'll hit this guy for you." What? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she understands BB-8. She understands Chewie. Like it took time for like Luke to understand Chewie. Like it took 2 movies.
Yeah.
It's like
I feel like that wouldn't bother me if there wasn't like I feel like if you have a movie where like, because I feel like in Star Wars that happens a lot where like characters will just speak in random garbled alien shit that like, you know, is just it's just not alien nonsense, and like characters will speak English like, yes, I concur, Glorbion or whatever, like, you know, like they keep kind of naturally.
Well, Finn doesn't understand them, like that's
right.
They make a point that Finn doesn't understand
right
them.
So they make it they make a joke where they don't make a joke, but they make it a point to show that like, she can understand these characters automatically, but there's other characters who struggle with that. I don't know, like just don't. It is weird because I think it's just another thing that we're pointing out where it's like, oh, how convenient, she knows these things, and we really wouldn't care if the movie made it consistent where like at least, you know, Finn understood the droids. I feel like you can probably explain it away like, oh, she's dealt with, I don't know, machines and stuff like that, so she can understand droids. The Wookiees, it's like, I don't know how do you understand the Wookiees, because the Wookiees are, you know, this furry creature, and you've lived on a desert planet your whole life, so I don't think you're going to come across them. It's
like backwater country. Like there's no who the heck is teaching you anything here? Like no.
That's true.
There's
too.
no Wookiee studies. It's not like
Wookiee studies.
It's not like Infinity War or Thor can be just, oh yeah, there's an elective that I speak Groot.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. It's just. That's something that doesn't really bother me, but it is something that, thinking about it, it's like, that is kind of dumb now that I think about it.
And there's this is later in the film, but the way that, and, you know, like 2 of her big like Force realization moments is when she uses the Jedi mind trick on the stormtrooper,
played by Daniel Craig.
Not convincing. What is that?
He's played by Daniel Craig.
What?
Yeah,
what
that's
doing? Is
that's James Bond as a stormtrooper.
they put him in a mask? That's what a waste.
And I feel like it's one of those like, oh, do you want to have an audio cameo in Force Awakens, Daniel? He's like, sure, bro.
Make you a chump.
Yeah, make you a chump. James Chump.
But yeah, and like okay, like they play it off well enough the first time as like, yeah, he mocks her, but then he just he says he's going to tighten the restraints, and he just stares at her. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that was awfully polite.
Lets her like do it again. Yeah, I dare you to try Jedi mind trick me again. Like, obviously doesn't say that. Yeah, he just stares at her and does nothing.
Yeah,
and same thing with when she's fighting Kylo Ren, and like Kylo Ren has her like yeah, in a really awkward spot, and then he's just like, you can join me, and then he just stands there like they just like stand there locked in swords for like 20 minutes while she's closing her eyes and thinking about the Force.
That
like,
is
that
is a weird scene, because he's just like, I can teach you the ways of the Force, and she goes, the Force? Oh wait, I can use the Force. It's like, why is that a realization? Like, you're wielding a lightsaber. You've known about the Force this whole movie. I don't know. It's a weird.
And she's probably using, like, she controls the lightsaber better than Finn does. Like, I don't think she wasn't using the Force before, but whatever.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Which, I guess, fine. It's a dumb Star Wars movie. It doesn't have to make sense. But then don't turn around and tell me, oh, the next movie or so is like high art in terms of Star Wars, because it's like she's doing the same shit she was doing in this dumb movie too. But that's we'll say that for Last Jedi. But like, it is awfully convenient that she can wield a lightsaber pretty well and nearly kill a Sith Lord who's been doing it his whole life.
Which he was shot by Chewie. Finn does get a little cut in on him. Like, I think he was kind of being impatient and wanting to get it over with.
Sure.
He's probably a little, he just killed his dad. He's probably a little out of it. But yeah, then he just gets like, again, like the number of times that our guys are just getting like chumped.
He totally gets sunned by a girl who has never wielded a lightsaber before. Which
they pointed out in the another instance of the script pointing out its stupid writing. Next film.
Yeah. But that makes it okay, because they pointed
never handed a lightsaber in her life.
Which, again, I'm not entirely against, truly thinking about it, because it is Star Wars. It's escapist fantasy. So, like, if you want her to be this cool, epic character who can do anything, it's like, okay, fine. It's not good writing, but, like, at this point, fine. I'm not expecting good writing from Star Wars. Make it fun then. But again, like we've been saying, I don't find Rey to be a fun character to follow along. So the fact that she just beats Kylo Ren like it's nothing, it's lame. Like, it's a lame way to end the movie. It's a lame start for her character. Because remember, like, we have 2 more movies. So you think, okay, so she's doing pretty well then. It's like, okay, what conflict is she going to come across? Which we'll get to the conflict in Last Jedi. Not a lot. But it's just not, it's just dumb. Which, again, if that's what these movies were trying to be, fine. But as we can see with the next 2, that's not what they were trying to be. They were trying to be taken a little bit more seriously than the prequels, and they really just didn't do a good job at that. I don't know, it's too fan servicey in some parts in this movie, and just half-baked. I feel like they felt like they didn't have to try that hard and people would still watch it, which they were correct. They were 100% correct. This is now still the highest grossing Star Wars movie ever, I think, because they didn't even try. So it's like, okay, you got us. But that was back in 2015. Guess what? You can't pull that shit in 2026.
And it's just pointing to the lightsaber fight. Like, because it was cool too. Like up until like, again, like what I was talking about, like where they just pause for like 15. Because like, it was similar to like, I'd say like Luke versus Darth Vader and Empire Strikes Back. Again, like Kylo is clearly more powerful, but like it is like you're seeing him like demonstrate that. They are cool fight. It's a cool set piece. They're in the snow. Like I love that I think is, again, some of the cool ideas, like the sun, like getting drained out and getting darker over the course of the final battle is cool.
Yeah.
So again, it is a I would say it's up there as one of the better lightsaber duels in the series until that pause, and then again, like Kylo gets completely punked by Rey. Like
Yeah.
after that point, it's not even competitive at that point.
No. So
Like
there's no
it
stake.
makes no
Yeah,
sense.
it's no stakes. It really does feel like a theme park attraction after a while. It's like,
Yeah.
which is lame. Like, I'm here to watch a
Rise of the
movie.
Resistance.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit more about Kylo, because I feel like we don't have to go in too much detail. Well, like we had said, like I feel like going into detail with these characters, he's going to be a different character in the next movie.
Yeah.
Cuz I think visually Kylo Ren is a cool character. Like when I first watched this movie, I remember I was in Disney World around the time this movie came out. I got a shirt where it had his cross lightsaber, uh, and like, you know, it was like the shirt. It was like this really cool shirt. I even got a. This is really funny. I got a Kylo Ren flat brim hat. Like I used to be obsessed with sports hats growing up. I mean, I guess I still
Yeah.
am, but like I was really obsessed with sports hats, especially flat brimmed ones. I thought those were like the coolest shit ever. Um, and I had one that had Kylo Ren on it, and thought it was the coolest hat ever, which is so lame looking back. It's like, so I would wear that Kylo Ren shirt and Kylo Ren hat unironically around when I was 17 years old. Look, if at any age I had to do it, it had to be 17. And luckily I do not wear that at 28 years old because, oh boy.
That was a close one.
That was a close one. But like, so I thought Kylo Ren was a cool looking character. I think the design is really cool. The lightsaber is cool. Like, I'm sorry, it is cool. Is it highly impractical? Yes. Like, I think the two hinges being lightsaber pieces, yeah, that's dumb, but it looks cool. And
And they do, at least they use it in the, like, it actually serves a practical purpose. Like he is like burning
ooh,
burning
yeah.
Finn with it, like
That's true.
when they're fighting. So like, they actually do like apply it. And I definitely took note of that when I first watched this movie, because I was not a fan of the design when it came out.
Yeah. I was such a Star Wars soy boy that I saw that and I'm just like, oh, it's cooler. Like, but like looking back, I still think it is cool. Like, is it impractical? Yes, but who cares?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's cool.
It's one of the least. It's one of the less offensive things they introduced.
Yeah, I mean, look, when the first teaser trailer came out and they showed that was the biggest. Yeah, that was the biggest controversy around this movie. It's like, well, that's a dumb looking lightsaber. It's like, I wish that was the worst part about this movie and this series was the dumb looking lightsaber. But Kylo himself, again, I think I feel like there is a lot of potential with this character. Like we've been saying, there's a lot of cool ideas. And I feel like execution-wise, it is weird. Performance-wise, I think Adam Driver's great. Like I love Adam Driver as an actor. I think he's phenomenal. And I think he really does sell a lot, to the point that, you know, we didn't really see a lot of the cracks yet until later on. I feel like there is a really cool character here. It's like, oh, the son of Leia and Han, but he's the bad guy. That's a cool idea. Sure, do that. And I even really think the Han Solo death, spoiler alert, the Han Solo dies.
No.
Yeah. I remember that was a huge thing back in the day when memes was just like Han Solo dies in Force Awakens, and that was the punchline to a joke. Ugh. The good old days.
So much simpler back then.
Yeah, so much simpler. But yeah, I even really think that scene is done pretty damn well. I mean, do I like that Han Solo dies? No, but like, I think
I'm still kind of confused about it. Like, what exactly happened?
Yeah, he's like turning the lightsaber. He's just like
he turns the lightsaber towards his enemy and ignites it.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, and Han's just like, yeah, this is fine. And then he just ignites it and stabs him, and it's just like, thank you. It is dumb, but I feel like the actors really sell that segment where like I still do like it. I like Han's little like grabbing of the face and then like, you know, falling back. I think that's done pretty damn well. But
I just like he puts his hand on the lightsaber. I guess I'm never quite sure if Han knew that was coming, or because we never see the lightsaber turn towards Han until it gets ignited, basically.
Right. It's just kind of
Um,
there. Yeah.
yeah, it just kind of happens.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, and like that'd be kind of awkward for him to be like holding it like that, you know?
Yeah. I still
Like,
think.
did he commit Sudoku? What happened?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was Harrison
Who
Ford.
ignited it?
It was Harrison Ford who's just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in any more of these movies. He's in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing where I when I rewatching it and like hearing him say Chewie, we're home, is like, he doesn't mean that.
No,
He's not happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's not even the movie's fault. That was
yeah, Harrison Ford is a weird one because I do like him a lot because he's given me some of my favorite movies of all time: Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Blade Runner, all that jazz. Well, he wasn't in all that jazz. I'm saying that as a figure of speech.
Yeah.
But yes, especially now, and like, look, his disdain for Star Wars is very well known. Like, even as a kid, I grew up knowing that Harrison Ford really did hate these movies. Fine, that's fine. I think with that all in mind, I still think Harrison Ford does a fine enough job here because
he's good.
Yeah, he's still good because it's Harrison Ford. He's a likable guy. He's a likable actor. You like seeing him in movies, even if the movie kind of sucks. Yeah, you can definitely tell he's old and tired and that he definitely doesn't want to be here, but he knows if this is his last time, he'll do it. He'll do his job well. Like, he's not moping around being like, "Oh, this is the worst thing ever. I hate being here." Like, he does sell it pretty okay. But there is a part of you that's just like, yeah, I know you're lying to me, dude. Like, at least with Mark Hamill, he wants to play Luke Skywalker. Now, does he want to play that version of Luke Skywalker? Well, again, Last Jedi. We'll save it for Last Jedi.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah. But like, yeah, no, but you're right. There is a level of that, like, Chewie, we're home. Like, when we saw that in the trailer, you're thinking, oh, we're so back, dude. And then you see it in the movie, and it's just like, yeah, now that you've seen it like a million times ever since the first trailer, it's like, yeah, I don't believe you. But that's fine. Fine, I don't have to believe you. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Back to Kylo.
Back to Kylo. Yeah.
I sometimes like people like to like poke fun at, the actor has to like, is a masked actor. Oh, but they have to take off their mask so that they can show your face. But I think that Kylo, to me, feels very like just like very basic villain.
Yeah.
Until like when he's wearing his mask, like once he actually like takes it off, I think like he actually gets to like be a little more complex, and I think that does make him more interesting. Again, I think that's credit to Kylo, or
Adam Driver.
That's credit to Adam Driver,
who is actually Kylo Ren in real life. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
No, he's
just like me.
What was that SNL sketch? That it was like the undercover boss one.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah, I forgot to watch that, but like I remember that was huge back when that happened. It was like
that's probably the best thing to come out of this movie.
Probably probably because it was very funny. Anyway,
it's like you just get to follow Kylo Ren. It's played for jokes, but also like he's in character.
It does feel
he's just kind of emo,
Yeah, from what we knew of this character, it definitely felt in character, so to say.
He throws tantrums and he's like, full of himself,
which I feel like a lot of people don't really like in a villain character, and especially because your main characters are just so kind of lame with Rey and Finn, and then you have like this tantrum throwing villain. It does make it kind of hard to really like any of these characters, because like, again, if that's who Kylo Ren is, fine. I don't know, just it's not, he doesn't really do a whole lot. I mean, he does do cool things, don't get me wrong. Like, literally one of the first things he does is stop a laser blast from getting to him, and he holds it in place. That's awesome. Like, that's a really cool scene, and I like that it's at the beginning because it's a good establishing it's a good establishing quote unquote shot. It's not a shot, but well, it is a shot because it's from a gun. But it's really cool to show, oh shit, dude, like we're really in for it now. We're in for a brand new Star Wars. And then they proceed to do the exact same thing as they did before. But at least on the surface, they do some cool things that are different. Like, yeah, that laser blast thing. And I do like the tantrums because it kind of shows this like violent, raging monster character, and I feel like
that's still scary. Like,
yeah,
it is, like
yeah, I like that his like stormtroopers and his soldiers around him do fear him. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I liked about Darth Vader in the original is like Darth Vader was able to spread fear not just in the good guys but in the bad guys as well.
Right. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's like, force choking your subordinates. I don't know if that's like a sign of maturity, or he's just that much more. He does it in a way that's a lot more elegant than like slicing up your, like
your computers,
smashing your game controller. And
rage quit,
rage quitting. But it's still like it's still like not.
Yeah. No, it's
not like Vader's that much better than him.
No, but again, like we've been saying, there are cool things to Kylo. It's just, I don't know. I think because he's the villain, we don't get a ton with him. So like what we're given is good enough. You know what? I think what really bothers me is what comes later. And it's like, I feel like a lot of this stuff just isn't worth it in the end because I know where it goes after this. That's the problem. The biggest problem with Force Awakens is you watch this movie and you go, I remember when this was really mysterious. So like, I loved it then, but like now that I know where it goes, the impact is a lot less impactful. Like it just doesn't hit the same way.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to get into this without like a sense of like senile bitterness.
I know, like it sucks because I want to judge this as its own thing because that's what I want to do. I want to look at movies as their own thing first and foremost because like I can judge them as sequels. But like, I want to give movies a shot on their own. And it's really hard with Force Awakens because the things I liked about it when I first watched it was that mystery. And then now that I know where the mystery goes and it sucks, it's a lot harder to kind of think of positive things to say about this movie. But I think overall, I still have a positive attitude towards this movie.
Yeah. I don't know. I like as far as like the mystery, I don't even know if that's like I think some of that is like okay, you can just make stuff up that you don't have to actually have the answer for.
That's exactly what JJ
like
did.
Good writing.
Yeah. No, that's not
like,
good.
I don't know that I don't think that's the quality of good writing, so I don't want to give it too much credit for like developing that sense in me like back then. Like there's questions we never answered, like where did Maz get Luke's lightsaber? A good question for another time.
A good question for another time.
There's never any other time.
There's no time at all. We literally never found out, which is kind of funny. I really do kind of respect the movie. Well, respect is such a strong word. I find it hilarious that the movie's never brought it up again. It's just like, yeah,
they
she just
subverted our expectations.
Good job, movies. But no, you're right. The mystery box writing of this movie is very obnoxious looking back. At the time, it was awesome because you didn't know where it was going. So you could go like, oh, it's still cool. But I feel like now that we know where the mystery box goes, nowhere, ostensibly, it's lame. Because a lot of what it's setting up, the movie is setting up. And then, I don't know, just, it's questions that nobody was really asking. Because I don't think we really didn't want to ask these questions because we didn't have these questions. Like, I feel like one of the biggest questions was like, oh, who is Rey and who is this character? It's like, I guess these are things we can mostly talk about in Last Jedi, but like, yeah, that is a big question. Like, who is Rey? Why are all these characters?
We can talk about it again in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, exactly.
Spoiler, she's Rey Skywalker.
She's Rey Skywalker, yeah.
She's Rey Skywalker.
Technically, yes.
Shouldn't she be a Rey Solo because she has no people?
Ray Solo. God, this Star Wars was in a dark period in the late 2010s. My God.
It's still in a dark period.
But it will never be out of a dark period. It is forever dark.
It's a dark time for the Republic.
Yeah, exactly.
There's heroes on no side.
There's heroes on no sides. You're right. Everybody's a villain. Everybody's at fault here. This is all terrible. I'm trying to think of. Yeah, go ahead.
And why does the lightsaber call out to her? Why she touches it and she sees visions of like the Knights of Ren, and some of it, like she like goes back to a memory of herself, like when her parents were abandoning her. Like, was she remembering that herself? Like, where was the light? What does the Knights of like? Okay, that's a backstory piece, but the lightsaber wasn't there. Again, she's not related to Vader, and I guess she could have, but she isn't.
Yeah,
find out. So like, again, like it's just
that's one of those.
It
go ahead.
It's the style of like they were like it was stylish. It was a cool looking scene. It was stylistic, but yeah, it amounted ultimately to nothing. And it was just like, oh, let's do something that's cool, not because of story, like it's earned in the story, and not because we're gonna earn it later in the story, but just because we could theoretically maybe pull something out of our ass. We just forget to.
That is one of those scenes where at the time I thought it was so cool because it's one of those kind of visual lore dumps to be like, oh, look, we're showing you backstory in vague ways, and oh, we're going to make references to other Star Wars movies because we're going to have Yoda audio clip. We're going to have Obi-Wan talking in the background. Like, isn't this cool? And you think like, yeah, at the time, this is the coolest shit ever. But looking back, yeah, you go, yeah, what was the point of that? Like, this really has no bearing on the story at hand. It's just trying to get us all tingly and excited for what's to come. That's the thing with these Star Wars movies. They're always about what's next. They're like, oh, yet to come. This is cool things are about to happen. You're about to find out so much cool lore, and there's so much mystery and all this stuff. And it's like, no, tell a story now. Tell a compelling story now, because it's all just set up. And brother, let me tell you, it doesn't set up to very much. Like, a lot of the payoff is very minimal. Like, there's a lot less payoff than you'd think there would be.
I sure hope that the characters in the next movie aren't just super resistant to moving the plot forward and doing things.
Exactly.
That'd be so unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. Very, very. Well, they're part of the resistance, you must understand. So they are going to resist.
Of course.
That is something that's always bothered me. The rebels in this series is called the Resistance. It's like, what's another word for rebellion? Resistance. All right, that's what we're calling them. It's like, all right, sure. But I mean, I get it. We're doing Star Wars again, so you want to have a clear big bad and a clear little good guys. Because, like, yeah, the scrappy good guys, you want to root for them. That's what they did in the originals. You rooted for the scrappy good guys, the underdogs, if you will. Who doesn't love a good underdog?
It's like if you want to, like, I mean, people like will deconstruct Star Wars and say, oh yeah, the rebels are terrorists and that too. But it really does feel like Leia just like probably ran off and formed a terrorist organization.
Yeah, she's secretly funding the Taliban, essentially. Yeah,
because like the Republic had a fleet apparently, like they had like their own.
Well, that's what's confusing.
Army, and like and that's they keep talking about. Oh yeah, this Republic fleet, like apparently got blown up by the Star Killer base. Like,
yeah,
that apparently happened. Yeah, we never saw it or anything.
That's my big question with this trilogy, though, is who the fuck's in charge? Like, okay, the Republic, who's the Republic? And then it's like, oh, the very scene the Republic is introduced in, they get blowed up. Like, all those 5 planets get blowed up. It's like, was that Coruscant? What the fuck was that? It wasn't Coruscant, I don't think.
It wasn't?
I don't know.
I thought it was.
I thought it was too. It's never been made clear if that was Coruscant or not.
I think it was Coruscant. I think
maybe.
Like, it's kind of like it is like. I wish they'd make that more clear. It is pretty crazy that they do just blow up Coruscant on a whim like that, like the central planet to like the prequels. Like there's a lot of storytelling.
Yeah, that's a big deal if that is Coruscant, and then they just
Significance.
blow it up. It's like, oh, okay. It's not like
Bye,
Alderaan, where it's
Coruscant.
like this random planet we don't know. We know it's, the home planet of Princess Leia, but if it blows up, we're like, oh, that sucks. Sucks for the character.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if this is a known planet, it's like I feel like that would be kind of a big deal. It's like, okay, Coruscant blew up, but like we have no idea. So, but that's, yeah, and again, is the First Order in charge? It's pretty clear that the Empire is in charge in the original trilogy. It's
Yeah.
never really clear if the First Order is in charge because there's a republic and it's funding the resistance. It's like, okay, so it's not a resistance, it's a fully functioning government body. Like, I know it's secretly supposed to be a resistance. It's really confusing. Really,
Yeah.
really confusing, and I don't know why it has to be
Hey,
confusing.
names organization names can be confusing in real life too.
Well, yes,
But
it's true.
again, it's just not it's
No.
again, it's not well established, and they make it too convoluted in the first place.
When you
for
think it would be
really,
a slam dunk,
again, they're just
it's supposed to be a slam
It's
dunk.
just because there's
You're supposed to have the big bad and the little good guy, and they can't even do that right.
They get it worked out eventually. But yeah, again, it's like, okay, like what you just don't, okay, what were the power diet? Why does Poe run off at the beginning of the movie by himself? Like, because clearly there's other, like they could have sent a larger squad with him so that he doesn't get like completely overwhelmed by the giant squad that the First Order sends. Like they're not that outnumbered. At least it doesn't seem like it.
It's also very confusing. I mean, this is a problem that persists throughout the next few movies, but it's like, how big or small is the resistance, and how big or small is how big is the First Order?
By the end of the next movie, the entire resistance fits in a
Millennium
Falcon.
In the Millennium Falcon, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, but like, okay, that's weird. I thought you were Republic funded. Oh, I guess the Republic blows up, so nobody's left. Like all the Republic was on those 5 planets. That's highly convenient.
I think they're just being dramatic because obviously, okay, like they that seems a little ridiculous,
right? Yeah.
I guess that I guess that's just the scriptwriter Ryan Johnson being over dramatic about
right.
Yeah, you couldn't come from that point at the end of Last Jedi and then make Rise of Skywalker and let's take they're gonna topple the First Order with everyone inside the Millennium Falcon.
They're gonna topple the fascist regime with like 6 or 7 people and a broken lightsaber. It's like, oh, okay, that's great. I can't wait. See, here's the thing. In the original trilogy, it's obvious that there's a big bad and a small little guy, like the rebellion. But it's never really clear how the rebellion gets all their ships, who's part of the rebellion, how big the rebellion is. It's never really made explicitly clear, but that's because that's not what the movies are about.
And it's from Luke's perspective, more or less. So,
right.
He's very new to he just hears rumors and stuff.
The movies are about Luke going on this adventure and learning about the Force. I feel like that is the driving, force, no pun intended, of those original movies. The rebellion is sort of a background thing. Still important, but like, even though it's in the background, I still feel like you get enough information where you're like, okay, they have like all these spaceships and whatnot in the rebellion, but they're clearly not on the same level as the Empire. There's a clear difference between the two of them. Whereas here, I feel like we're confused by this and we're really honing in on these details because the movie spends a lot of time on these details, and also because the character journey with Rey and all those other characters are not interesting enough for me to give a shit about them. So it's like, all right, I guess I got to focus on who the Resistance is, because who the fuck is the Resistance? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And of course, by the end of by the end of Rise of Skywalker, the First Order doesn't really matter because you got the freaking Palpatine's Sith fleet.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's the big bad now.
They were so they were so like done with the First Order, like this watered down empire, that they ran out of options. They're just like, fuck it, Palpatine. But yeah, that's for later. But yeah, it just goes to show you just how lame that is. Which sucks because I wanted to be a lot more positive with this movie when discussing it. Because like I don't hate it while watching it. There are things that do annoy me, but then it's like the little details really, really do start to add up. I it really bothers me that they blow up Starkiller Base at the end of this movie. It really does. Because I get it. You wanted a big spherical giant laser thing, and you wanted it to be even bigger than the Death Star, which is why you made an entire planet. You especially made the Death Planet.
Yeah.
Fine, do that, and then they just blow it up like it's nothing at the end. It's like, all right, that is lame. Like I feel like I didn't even at the time when I first watched this movie and I saw it blow up. There was a part of me that was just like, oh, I thought that would be a bigger threat. Like obviously you could defeat the bad guys at the end. That's fine. You know, you're supposed to when you're in the first movie, you defeat the bad guys. Sure. I'm not against that. I don't know, like put it out of commission because it's a fucking planet, you know? Like the fact that it blows up, I get it. The Death Star blew up in A New Hope. You want this big climactic explosion to happen at the end of your movie. Guess what though? Yeah. How do you top the Death Star planet in the next two? They don't. They really don't.
Dreadnoughts and a whole fleet of Star Destroyers with dreadnought cannons on them.
Yeah. Boo. Wow. Lame. Kill yourself. It's like, no, that's stupid. They really blew their load early on this one.
Yeah. I never considered, like, I was, okay, like, you know, they have to blow up Starkiller Base. So yeah, they don't have to.
Yeah.
I think that would actually, like, okay, like, First Order can actually, like, rule with an iron fist in that case, because yeah, like you don't want to, like, they can just, you know, shoot this laser from halfway across the galaxy and shoot whoever, like, you know, Death Star had to like be in range. Starkiller Base can just shoot you from anywhere, so like, yeah, it really shouldn't be that hard to,
it shouldn't be like, that easy.
Go over power. Like it should be fairly easy to like take over power at that point.
So like I'm fine with them like going down in X-Wings and blowing up maybe the base on Starkiller Base and like put it out of commission, but blowing up the whole Starkiller Base again really, really blew their load early, where it's like, okay, what am I supposed to be threatened by? Because you basically blew up a giant planet. Like it's just such a. I feel like there are ways they could defeat the First Order and Starkiller Base in this movie, while still having Starkiller Base as kind of like in the background. Like, oh, someday they're gonna get it up and running again. They're not gonna get it up and running again now. It's like, okay, but ultimately it doesn't matter because the next two movies they find ways of one-upping it anyway. It just, from a storytelling perspective, it just feels like, okay, now I know I can't be threatened by the First Order because they literally blew up their fucking Star Destroyer planet, their Death planet, their Death Star planet. They blew it up in the first movie. How am I supposed to be threatened by these dudes? Like they're so lame.
Yeah, and again, this isn't again. They weren't the Republic. They aren't the Empire. They don't. Where are they getting funding them? Like the fact that the Death Star was kind of a big deal. It was kind of they pay it off, and it's kind of a major investment to make this, even with all the might of the Empire.
Yeah,
but you know they just made the Starkiller Base thing.
What do you mean they blew up the Death Star?
Fuck! I didn't have that thing paid off yet.
Yeah. But yeah, like in the next few movies, in the originals, it's pretty obvious that the destruction of the Death Star was a big fucking deal. The destruction of Starkiller Base, I feel like we'll talk about this in Last Jedi, but like it never feels like, you know, the destruction of the Starkiller Base really mattered in the grand scheme of things, because like the First Order was fine after that. They were more than fine. It was the Resistance that was apparently struggling the next movie. Like, how does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm. And like that is what happens in Empire as well. That the rebels are still fleggling, but like again, we don't know, like that kind of, again, this is like the Galactic Empire versus First Order is, we don't know what the First Order is, so I guess that gives them liberty to make First Order whatever they want it to be. But yeah,
I guess
make as much sense.
Which is still lame, though.
Yeah, absolutely. it's okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the next movie.
Yeah. So,
But yeah,
I guess to keep
like
on
it.
this movie,
Yeah.
um,
Um,
uh,
let's go by like plot point by plot point.
okay, yeah. So,
Yeah.
actually, with regards to the beginning, see, we talked about this, like how this has a really good cast, and I agree. The cast in this movie is insane because you got
Mhm.
Max von Sydow in this movie, Max von Sydow, either way,
Mhm.
you know, guy from The Exorcist, guy from fuck, what else was he in? Minority Report. I don't want to see him like
Okay,
so.
I'm not gonna be able to give you an assist on this one.
Okay, yeah. So Exorcist, like he's the priest from The Exorcist, Max von Sydow.
Mhm.
Really excellent actor. He's been in like a million things. It's really an incredible career if you look at it.
Yeah. Is he the old friend at the beginning?
He's the old friend at the beginning. Like this just random guy. Yeah.
They make such a big deal about him. Like he's in the title crawl. They like seems to have some history of Kylo Ren, but like who the heck is this guy?
Yeah, and again, they make it a big deal because they hire one of the great acting legends, Max von Sydow, as
he looks cool.
him.
He commands a presence, but also who the heck is this
Yeah,
guy?
he's a great actor. And yeah, he's just wasted within the first 3 minutes of the movie because then he's just like he gives Poe the piece to the map of Luke Skywalker, because apparently he had that, whatever. And then the worst comes when Kylo Ren shows up, and every line of dialogue of his is just terrible. It really is bad. How he's just going like, I mean, it starts off cool where he's just like, look how old you've gotten. And he's like, something far worse has happened to you. It's like, okay, that's a good exchange. Really excellent. But then it goes into like, the First Order rose from the Empire. You did not. It's like, okay, we weren't really talking about that, but okay. And then he's just like, I know who you are. I know your family or something like, or you can't escape the something of your family. Like he's just exposition. It's really obvious and painful exposition. I go, oh, Max, why did they do this to you? And then luckily they put him out of his mercy by killing him. It's like, oh, okay. What a useful character this was. Killed him within the first 3 seconds of the movie. Yeah, what a waste. That's something that over time that is a bad aspect of the movie where I can't defend this. I love Max von Sydow, but man, what a lame aspect of the movie to have him in. Like it's just not good. No matter how I look at it, it's not good.
Yeah, and it is like off of that, like it does like show like the brutality of the First Order in that first scene.
Sure.
Like, it does convey that. Like he doesn't have anything to do with that. That's just like them like going off and causing havoc and having like flamethrowers and killing everyone.
Flame
like,
troopers. Cool.
It's establishing like it's intimidating in the way that you don't necessarily see with the in the OT you don't necessarily see stormtroopers. I guess they kill Uncle Owen and Beru.
Yeah, but that's off screen. Yeah, the most destruction you see from stormtroopers on regular civilians is in literally the holiday special when the stormtroopers come and like invade Chewie's house. Yeah,
and yeah, like it's earning its PG-13.
Sure,
I'll give it that.
Yeah,
but again, okay, you're establishing this, but again, like you're gonna see him become kind of again like they're gonna chump him again later in the movie because it's like our the heroes are raise immediately a perfect shot of a pistol from range and again like they just let themselves get shot and Solo shoots a guy from like without even like he no scopes a guy like kills a stormtrooper.
I feel like a lot of people back in the day whenever they were complaining about there being a Mary Sue, the people defending the Mary Sue allegations would be like, oh, I'm sure you wouldn't say anything about the guy characters. But as I'm watching this movie and I see Han Solo do that, where he's like not looking, he shoots a stormtrooper, I'm like, all right, buddy, sure you did that. Okay. So like, no, it's not just Rey. Like I'm bothered when any character does it, I guess. It's just, it's just dumb. Again, it's dumb, which if I'm supposed to look at the movie that way, sure, good job, but it's still dumb.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're trying to like play out. The stormtroopers are terrible shots, and like if we didn't discuss this in our OT discussion, I was like, they weren't shooting the heroes because they let them escape. Like that's the whole thing.
Yeah,
They intentionally were missing.
yeah. That is
Like the idea was
that has always been a meme in Star Wars where it's like, oh, the stormtroopers are terrible shots. But yeah, like like you were just saying, like there is story relevance to that because they do point that out, especially in Empire, where they're just like, oh yeah, we let them get away.
well, yeah, and in A New Hope, that's
Right. Yeah,
they
yeah.
let us escape because they're tracking the Falcon.
Yeah, they let us escape. It's yeah. So like,
And
sure.
it's not the best in Return of the Jedi, especially on Andor, but like okay, like you again, this movie's again, like you said, is trying to have his cake and eat it too. It's
Right.
it wants to establish that it's its villains are intimidating, but then it's going to let the heroes have their
Yeah,
day.
I mean, aesthetically speaking, the First Order is just lame to me because I get what they're doing. They want to bring back the Star Destroyer aesthetic, the TIE Fighters aesthetic, the Stormtroopers, they want it back. But like, slightly different. So it's different, but still the same. But I honestly would have preferred a brand new villain, a brand new threat. Looking back, I don't like that they brought back TIE Fighters, Star Destroyers, Stormtroopers as the villains because it's like I don't know, just they don't.
They're slightly different.
They're slightly different, but it's not different enough for me to really get anything out of it.
Yeah, and even Kylo is like again, he's emulating Darth Vader.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to ask about what do you think about Kylo's obsession with Darth Vader?
Does it
Like,
really?
do you think that like makes sense? Do you think does it matter? Is it kind of stupid?
I mean, it's stupid. But I think for this movie, I think at first I'm fine with it because it's like, okay, yeah, he idolizes his grandfather as like this cool Sith Lord. And when he's not supposed to, he's, because Anakin actually had good in him and he turned to the light side at the very last second. So he's idolizing a part that Anakin wouldn't consider to be himself. So like he's gaining the wrong lessons from that. That's never really a part of Kylo's character moving forward. Like it's you get the scene of him
he smashes his helmet in the next movie and then he puts it back together.
And puts it back together in the next movie. But like, yeah, that's never really a huge part of this character. So it's kind of confusing where you're like, what was the point? Like, I get it. You wanted that trailer shot of the burnt Darth Vader helmet to really rustle our nostalgia jimmies. But like, actually seeing it in action in the movie and then especially in the next movies, it's like, this was not worth it. This was a worthless aspect to the movie. Like it really didn't go anywhere. Again, the only other part is when he's like trying to get into Rey's mind and then she goes into his mind and she's like, you're scared that you'll never be as powerful as Darth Vader. It's like, is he? I don't really get that from him. I just get he's just an emo mess, regardless of whether or not he idolizes his grandfather or not.
Yeah, the fact that no one like points out to him like and where Anakin can't force ghosts show up or anything.
I guess. Yeah, they couldn't get Hayden.
You got the wrong idea here, pal.
Yeah. That's convenient that we didn't have Force Ghosts. Yeah. Until the third movie. Well, we did have Yoda in the next movie, but Force Ghosts don't play a huge part in these movies, and that's awfully convenient. Well, they don't. They don't play a big part in this one. I mean, I guess you get when she touches.
They play no part in this one.
They don't play a part in this one.
Yeah. And then you're like lightsaber, you hear Yoda's voice, but that could be fucking anything.
Right? Yeah. What is that? Is that the Force? What is that? Because it's not Force Ghosts, or is it the Force Ghosts? But they're being quirky about telling her information. Yeah. What is that? It's again mystery box. The way JJ is just like, oh, we're creating all these mystery boxes for you to wonder what is this supposed to mean, and we'll come up with an idea later. And then we didn't come up with an idea later. That was the point.
They never came up with an idea.
Well, that's what when I remember when these movies were coming out, there was that idea. Like people were bringing up the mystery box aspect and how they were talking about how he did that with Lost. How there was all these mystery boxes where there's all these setups for cool ideas, but they didn't have any ideas to begin with. They were just like creating a mystery. And so then when they had to go in and kind of follow through on the revealing those mysteries, it was incredibly lame. I've never seen Lost, so I can't, comment on it. But
Yeah.
I think it's pretty obvious why JJ probably hasn't made anything in ever since Rise of Skywalker is because, yeah, it really didn't work out with Lost, and it really didn't work out with Star Wars. Because, yeah, you're setting up all these mysteries and you don't have any ideas for them. It's bizarre. It again, these are things I'll go into more with Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, but it really bothers me that they didn't have that much of a plan for this trilogy, and it just really ruins the experience of this being a trilogy.
True. Sorry. William just commented on my letterbox review. He says, "But did you slap your chud belly and laugh while saying go sucks?" Sorry, William, I forgot to do that one.
Yeah. Hey, listen, he's right though. As I was watching this movie, I'm just thinking this is a Reddit like chud slap your belly kind of movie where you're just like, oh, look, Star Wars. Oh,
I'll
boy.
remember to do that for the next one.
Yeah, no, that's why I gave this movie 3 belly slaps out of 5 because it really did make me slap my belly in joy. But because I don't know, there's just a lot of shots in this, especially like the Millennium Falcon flying around and all this other stuff where you're just like, oh, you're supposed to be like this, neck bearded, fedora wearing dude in theaters in 2015, just being like, this is the coolest thing ever. Which, fine. Like, if you thought this was the coolest thing ever, that was a time of peace back in December of 2015. Everybody went to the movies, saw Force Awakens, and thought, wow, this is cool. Yeah, I agree. That was fun in the moment. Now that it's 10 years later, I don't think anybody's slapping their bellies watching this movie. I think we're all, sadly, slapping our bellies watching this movie.
Yeah, I feel like it gives I feel like this one gets a pass from a lot of people, like saying that it's not like nostalgia bait.
It does get
it absolutely is. I'd say it's like more so than Rogue One. I'd say more so than
it's nostalgia bait. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, I like it. I still like this movie at the time of us recording. I still like this movie. But yeah, no, it's 100% nostalgia bait. It's nostalgia jimmies all over the place. Like, there's literally scenes, and this does bother me. It did bother me back in the day, where you get scenes of Finn on the Millennium Falcon. He's just like trying to fix up Chewie while they're trying to escape, and he like grabs into a box
actually
and
turns on the chess or the chessboard. You mean
that? Well, that was the other thing I was going to bring up. No, I was just going to say the first thing was like when he like pulls out the little
he picks
lightsaber,
up the droid,
the droid thing,
the
training droid. Yeah, just because it's there, it's like, oh, ha, I remember that. Yeah, the chessboard is even worse because like he literally just puts his elbow down and turns on the chessboard, like, oh, look at, remember the chess? Remember the chessboard? Right. It's like, oh,
remember the chessboard?
Shut up, dude.
Remember Dad Walkers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember Dad Walkers.
Yeah, it's total nostalgia bait, and it is obnoxious. I feel like it to me, this movie is in the same caliber as No Way Home. Like, in No Way Home, there are nostalgia punches, nostalgia bits that do bother me. Like the scene when Norman just goes like, I'm something of a scientist myself. It's like, it's good one.
Yeah, give me that.
Yeah. It's like, very good one, guys. But like, I'm never bothered so much. Like, I'm not bothered like I am something like Chip and Dale or Free Guy when they do nostalgia references.
Oh, Free Guy.
Yeah, I don't know. Just Force Awakens and No Way Home. I'll just talk about Force Awakens though. Force Awakens does get a bit of a pass for me because I feel like, this was at a time where like you didn't get a lot of these. Like, this was way before Ready Player One and Chip and Dale and Free Guy. So like a lot of this kind of nostalgia orgasm explosion plot lines weren't prevalent. So you could have this movie make its references. It was still lame, but I don't know. I still feel like there was still enough charm to it. Because again, I still think the actors are charming enough. Script wise, not really, but performance wise, sure. I think they're fine enough. And plus, it was made at a time when Star Wars was in a bit of a dark place, not as dark as it eventually became. But like, I feel like I've always considered Force Awakens a love letter to Star Wars. I feel like it was made by fans for the fans, and in a way that felt like everybody got something out of it. Obviously, eventually, people soured on it real quick. Because yeah, even back in the day, I remember when I first saw the thumbnail of that. I couldn't tell you what channel it was. It wasn't Mahler, but like, there was. I remember when I first saw that. It was a thumbnail for a video that was like The Force Awakens is the worst movie ever made. It's like an hour and a half long, and you get like Han Solo and John Boyega's faces like edited in the thumbnail, like quintessential. Where I've never watched the video. I'm gonna be straight up, because why the fuck would I? But like, that was when it was. I remember when that first came out, and I'm just like, no, this is not the worst thing ever. And I mean, ultimately, we were proven right. It is not the worst thing ever. But I didn't want to be proven right. It could get worse, and boy, howdy, did it. Sorry, my grand point I'm trying to make is, though, I can still forgive it because I think there is enough love put into this movie. I think there is a lot of love and passion for Star Wars. Maybe not for this specific movie, but for Star Wars as an identity, as a concept. I think there's enough love and passion for it that ultimately I'm fine with giving it a pass. I think every criticism that comes its way is 100% valid and should be made. So for those who can't get into this movie as much as I can, I completely sympathize. I'm not going to pretend like the criticisms for it aren't valid. Like we've been going over, I've been quite negative this episode, but like, that's only because I acknowledge that it is a flawed movie,
Sure. And I think, like I think part of my, because like I think a lot of it is based on like, as I've watched more movies, and everything I see in this, like I've seen like other movies do better.
Right.
And again, I just you don't see other movies like the prequels. And like the fact that this movie gets so much more praise than the prequels, is again, like I don't see. You're right that it does have there is a appreciation for Star Wars that is very obvious in this.
Right, but like I was saying,
they get some Star Wars things right.
Yeah,
it's just not all of it. Its intentions are kind of muddled.
Right. It appreciates Star Wars to a fault, because the movie itself is not very good, because you rewatch it, you go, okay, this is just lifting elements from A New Hope, but a lot worse. And the new things it's doing are kind of neat, but also kind of lame. So like, as a love letter to Star Wars, I think it gets a pass, but as an actual movie, it's not really all that great. So I know, like thinking about it, like I always did kind of, I didn't prefer it over the prequels. I think I was too scared to put it under the prequels, because I feel like over the years I've kind of been kind of wary how I feel about the prequels, but obviously we just did 3 episodes about the prequels, and by the end of that I was like, no, I'm fairly confident where I feel about the prequels, to the point that when I put this in my Letterboxd ranking, I put this under all 3 prequel movies. Like I feel like at some point I did prefer it over, at the very least, Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. But rewatching it, I would rather rewatch Attack of the Clones than Force Awakens. I think I get a lot, which I think is a bit of a hot take, but no, I just can't deny it. I think Attack of the Clones,
Star Wars,
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Star Wars Summer changes people.
Star Wars Summer does change
something
people.
about ourselves.
Maybe
we both learned something about ourselves through this experience.
Maybe I do love Attack of the Clones. Oh no.
Oh.
But like,
this can't be.
It's outrageous. It's unfair.
How can you be a Star Wars fan and like Attack of the Clones?
Take a seat, young Skywalker. uh, yeah, no, I think you're right though. I feel like this movie does get a pass by a lot of people. And I think it's fair. I think when you look at it on its own, it's just a dumb, simple movie that is just a love letter to a beloved franchise. It's like at the time, that was enough. That's all we needed when it came out in 2015. What needed to happen was then we're like, okay, let's make sure the next two are better. Again, we'll get to it when we get to it.
Right, yeah, it didn't really turn out to this as a springboard that people hoped. Like I feel like I've seen, I've seen more of Red Letter Media's review of this movie than I've actually seen the movies sometimes. Like
Oh, I've seen.
I think it's more so just clips I see of it. But yeah,
I've seen the trailers for this movie more than I've
Yeah.
seen the actual movie. Like, yeah, those trailers, I could probably rewatch them and just be like, dude, fuck yes. But like rewatching this movie, I'm like, yeah, it's fun, I guess. Like, it's not. Yeah, there's a clear difference between actually watching the movie and, again, like I had been saying earlier, the hype surrounding it. This was my most hyped movie of all time. I can't think of another movie or anything that's come close to the level of hype I had for it. The only other thing I can think of is the Dark Crystal prequel show, and that's me personally, because, you know, I'm a massive fan of the Dark Crystal. So when Netflix announced a prequel series, I'm like, wait, seriously? Why? Why? I'm literally the only person who knows of this movie. Why are you doing this? But I was still like, I mean, I'll watch it because it's me. But that's literally, but like, at least with Star Wars, everybody knows what fucking Star Wars is. So like when they announced it, I do remember when they first announced it, I was in my Star Trek phase. I wasn't even that big of a Star Wars fan at that time. I just went, oh, that's cool. They're making episode 7. And then I don't remember when exactly it clicked with me that they were making an episode 7. And then I rediscovered my love of Star Wars. I don't remember when, but it was definitely a couple months before the first teaser came out. It was because I remember when Lucasfilm was sold and then they announced, hey, we're making an episode 7. And I remember my reaction just being like, oh yeah, cool. Like, whatever. Like, because I wasn't into Star Wars at that time. And then sometime in between that and then when they first released the teaser, which was November 2014, if I'm remembering correctly, just something clicked in me where I went, wait a minute, Star Wars. I fucking love Star Wars. Like, something clicked in me.
Yeah.
And then
I fucking love Star Wars.
I became massively back into Star Wars. I watched the Clone Wars series. It was a huge deal, to the point that have I ever told the story when I first thought they showed a trailer for Force Awakens and I got really upset at it? So
no.
So I'll just tell this story real quick. It was definitely before the official trailer for Force Awakens came out. And me being me, still, you know, learning the ways of the internet, I remember I came across a video that said, Star Wars Episode 7 trailer real or something like that. It was like, or maybe it didn't say real.
Well, it said it's real. It must be real.
Yeah, it just said Star Wars Episode 7 trailer, and I watched it, and I got really upset at first because it didn't. Because you know what it was? It was like it was like audio from other Star Wars media and like footage from one of the old Star Wars games, like from various Star Wars games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think they showed. I don't know if this was a different
scenes.
Star Wars video game cutscenes, and I'm just like, oh no, this looks horrible. Like, I remember thinking, like, this can't be real, is it? Like, I got like, and I think, I don't know if this is actually when I knew it wasn't real, but I think they show. I don't know if this was the same trailer, but I remember there being a fan trailer for Episode 7, and they showed footage of Liam Neeson in Batman Begins when he's training Christian Bale. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's not Qui-Gon. This is where Batman Begins.
That's not Qui-Gon Jinn.
What is this?
Take over system at all.
So, but that's just an embarrassing story of like from when I literally remember watching it, and it's just like footage from like Knights of the Old Republic video games, like from like footage from that, and just thinking, this can't actually be what episode 7 is it? Like, this looks terrible. Oh, but yeah,
Disney, dang it.
Yeah,
Mess it up. Yeah, no, I was all over it when that happened, because like I was super into the Star Wars Clone Wars show, and of course they canceled that. I also I can't remember exactly what my intuition was, where I really didn't like the idea of this happening. It's probably just I like George Lucas. I was a big George Lucas fan.
Okay.
Star Wars. And it's
Yeah.
like, Disney's gonna have. I don't trust Disney with this.
See, I was the opposite, because like when they said that Disney was taking over, and I remember there would be jokes like, "Oh, they're gonna put Mickey Mouse in it. They're gonna have the stormtroopers, but they're gonna have like Mickey Mouse ears." And I remember going like, "That's not gonna happen. That's stupid." Even though it's like, yeah, that's obviously a joke. Of course they wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But like, I was confident in Disney, where I'm just like, well, they're gonna make it good. Like, the prequels were so hated, they're gonna make it even better. Like, they're gonna learn the right lessons. You know, me being 16 or 17, no, like, but you don't know that stuff. Like, you just, again, I was so into Star Wars, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be excited. I hope it's good. Which, like, you know, if I'm excited for it, of course I'm going to think it's good. And again, I'm 16, I'm 17 years old. I'm not really watching movies with the idea of hoping they're going to be good. I'm watching movies with wanting to go in, wanting to like them. So it's just funny looking back that I was stressed, where I'm just like, oh, I hope Force Awakens is good. It's like, it's just such a dumb thing looking back. Like, who cares if it was bad or not?
I guess it could have been awful. Like,
no, it could have been the worst piece of shit ever, and it probably would have broken my heart. But at the same time, that would have been a good lesson to learn. I mean, that's a lesson I learned from Last Jedi, having my heart broken by a movie, and me learning that that's okay.
Like, how bad would it have had to? Because even like Last Jedi, I really didn't know what to think of, like, coming out of it. Just I knew it was divisive.
Oh yeah, divisive.
Like, and Rise of Skywalker is like, that felt a little weird, but I'm not sure.
That even by the first trailer, I'm like, even back in 2019.
Well,
like,
the trailers weren't looking good.
Yeah,
I was like,
at that time, I was like, there's no way this is gonna be good. And then I watched it, I'm like, oh brother, like,
no, yeah,
but you bring up a good.
I think I didn't like it.
But you bring up a good point. How bad could Force Awakens have been for people to go in and be like, actually, this sucks? Because obviously,
I think if it was Rise of Skywalker bad, I think people probably would have picked it.
Yeah.
Even though there are people who say that Rise of Skywalker is the best Star Wars.
Well,
those people do exist.
That's borderline psycho. No, that is not borderline psychosis. That is just literally wrong, like wrong-itis. that's what those people are suffering from. But you bring up a good point, yeah, because like the hype for it was so insane. How bad could it have been for people to not be blinded by? Because I feel like, no matter what, there were always going to be people blinded by nostalgia and blinded by hype, i.e. me, just watching it being like, this is the greatest thing ever. How bad would it have been where even someone like me couldn't look past the flaws, Like, that's an interesting idea, like, because I feel like that's kind of a testament to the movie. Like, even 11 years later, I'm over it. I'm over the hype, incredibly so. But like, I still find things to like about it. So like, it clearly could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, and I'm trying to recollect now, like, building up to that, because I think it was part of it was I was skeptical of. I didn't want to get Marvelized, because Marvel doesn't always, that's part of its thing. It doesn't always take itself very seriously. I didn't want Star Wars to do that, and they did do that a bit. But I think I was like I was kind of skeptical going into the movie, and it did win me over. Like, when I watched it, I was like, okay, I did like that a lot. So I was skeptical, and it did do the job it needs. Like I enjoyed watching it.
That
And I
is
think it wasn't
interesting.
until,
Yeah.
and I think I was kind of. There was a point in time where I hated Last Jedi partially because it made me like it ruined Force Awakens was my perspective, and now my perspective is Force Awakens, like it didn't do Force Awakens any favors, but yeah, Force Awakens wasn't necessarily the best in the first place either.
No. And I feel like we're, again, 11 years separated. I think it's pretty agreed upon to say, like, was this movie that great? Absolutely not. Like, yeah, no, this was back in a time when people could go to the movie and just buy into the hype completely. I don't know. Can that happen again? A movie of this caliber where a lot of people can agree that it's one of the coolest things ever?
That's an interesting. Yeah, I don't know what would have to like. It's like it's not like we got another Avengers coming out this year, and people kind of care, not a ton.
Yeah,
Like
now maybe
Spider-Man like destroyed, like broke all kinds of box office records.
Yeah,
just now, like
but I'm saying
like
yeah, but I'm saying like I feel like it took a while for people to catch up to Force Awakens and be like, actually, it sucks. Because like I said, there was that video that came out afterwards where it's like Force Awakens is the worst movie ever made. Because that was made way before Last Jedi came out. Like that made the rounds long before Last Jedi. But I still feel like there was still at least a couple months before people started turning on Force Awakens. Whereas I feel like now, I feel like there's got to be like 700 videos out now where people are like, Brand New Day is the worst thing ever. It's like, it's not. But like, you know what I mean? Like there's already people turning on it and it hasn't even been out for that long.
And that's the thing about movies is sometimes it can just be like kind of sneaky with the like, like, okay, you're not going to be like the most attentive on the first watch, so they can like pull fast ones on you with the like just being like overly dramatic for like without like unearned drama that gets your emotions hyped up in the moment, and then like they'll just like completely reverse 270, like do a 180 reverse, and you take like like the actors act out the scene well enough that you take their word that it was earned in reality. Like, oh yeah, I felt like this moment felt crazy because it was crazy, and it wasn't. I'm going to use the brand new day example just because that was what
it's
I
recent.
watched that recently, and it did it to me. Was with brand new day spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers for Brand New Day. We never do this. We always spoil movies without warning people. So you know what? I'll be fair. I mean, again, I'm sure people are listening to this 10 years later and they're like, we don't care about Brand New Day spoilers. But for the people listening this year, we'll be fair. Brand New Day spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Spider-Man dies. No.
So yeah. It's like Jean Grey is the villain, and she like absolutely like she's very evil, as much as like they try to like give her a sympathetic like motivation. Like she's constantly fucking with Peter Parker, and like she just like was like randomly kill people. Like she makes a old guy, like she's able to take over people's minds. She's able to like she just like takes him over entirely, and she's like there's this one guy that she just like walks in front of a bus and kills them to mess with Peter. And then at the end of the movie, like Peter, like he's being sympathetic to her and like saves her life, and like it seems like she's going to turn into a good guy, and it's like, oh wow, that was like I never would have thought of like that she could be redeemed. That's crazy. That's so sacrificial of Spider-Man to do that. And I'm thinking about it, it's like, maybe I don't know if she does. She has a lot of things that she should be held accountable for that she does in this movie.
Oh man, I've so jaded by modern movies that I've seen that kind of character in like the Jean Grey character type, where it's like the movie desperately wants me to feel for this character, and it's like, you've been horrible for the past 2 hours. I don't care. Like, no, I don't sympathize with you. But like, I'm so jaded that I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Jean Grey, whatever. Like, I've seen this before. But yeah, I mean,
and it's like it makes me they like in this instance, they ham up how evil the villain is, and they're gonna do this with Kylo Ren too. They're gonna they're gonna do Kylo Ren redemption arc, at least over the course of 3 movies.
Right.
But
So
again, like and in this case, it doesn't work as well in this case because you have more time to sit on like his arc over the other movies. Like, yeah, I don't know if he like, okay, like he can atone for the things he's done, but okay, he's not gonna just like we're not just gonna hold with open arms. It's like you can't, if you want Darth Vader, like yeah, like it's for the best that Darth Vader dies at the end because he again he did some crazy stuff. Like there wasn't really a pathway where he's can just live free after this movie.
Well, see, the Jean Grey thing is a good point because it is more than just the villains. Like, I feel like that's just something that, like, it's just a feeling I get with a lot of movies. And again, like we talked about with this movie, especially with characters like Rey, where it feels like the movie's really insisting upon that you should like these characters. And I don't feel like the movie does enough for me to really care. So like you said, like, yeah, I don't know, you personally just can't sympathize with Jean Grey because she does do a lot of horrible shit in the movie. So you don't feel like the movie insisting upon her being sympathetic is justified. I think, yeah, you get that in Force Awakens. I don't feel like there's enough to Rey as a character that I'm supposed to sympathize with her as a main character. And I feel like that's with every character, really. I can't think of a single character that I truly love in this movie. Even characters I loved my whole life, like Han Solo and Leia. I don't know, just because they're there, I just don't really get the same tingles for them, you know?
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah, they're kind of old and they act old.
They're old and gross and I hate them. No, that's not the fault of the actors. They're aging. Yeah. But like, yeah, unfortunately I don't see Han Solo or Leia anymore. I see old ass Harrison Ford and old ass Carrie Fisher. Like, but that's just the reality of them being older. That's nobody's fault. They couldn't do anything about it as much as they tried.
Yeah. Hey, but C-3PO does make me laugh in this one. You gotta give him that.
You probably don't recognize me because like the red arm. Damn it! That is
the red arm part.
Oh, well, that part I found
I like the interruption. Like, what do you say? Like,
thank the maker, like, Han Solo.
Yeah,
something like that.
The red arm's a little funny. But I like more of the just like the interruption, like just interrupting the moment entirely.
Yeah.
Fun. Oh yeah, and that reminds me, R2-D2 is just shut off for some reason and turns on for some reason.
He's depressed, so he shuts down. It's like, oh, okay, robots get depressed in this one, sure. And then he turns on at the exact moment he needs to turn on. It's so very obvious. It's like, all right. Cool.
A good question for another time.
A good question for another time. Oh,
how did R2-D2 turn on then? He sure doesn't seem depressed when he shows up. It's always the new characters too that are like R2-D2 doesn't know that BB-8 is. Like he sees BB-8 before he sees C-3PO, and and Leia hugs Rey before anyone else when they come back and Han Solo's not there.
Yeah. Why?
It's always the new characters.
Yeah. There's a lot of relationships that we're just supposed to accept. Like, yeah, Leia hugs Rey. Why? You don't know this person. I know you want us to think they know each other, or like you want us to think like, oh, this is a very loving relationship. This is a friendship you want to see blossom. It's like I really couldn't care less.
Yeah, like they're definitely gonna like drive that up in the next movies. Like I can see like there's some empathy. Like I can see like there's some empathy there. Like I think Leia knew that Rey took a liking to Han.
Well, that's the other thing. Is like Han and Rey befriend each other. It's like why?
Yeah.
Like why should I care that these characters
you can ask
are
that
friends?
Question too,
right?
But I mean, you can also like we can go back to the original Star Wars and like, you know,
Yeah.
Leia is comforting Luke because Obi-Wan just died, even though, you know, Leia's entire planet also just got blown up.
Right. Yeah, see that's I've thought about that because like a lot of the issues I have with these movies, I think back and it's like, do I have these same issues with the other ones? Like, can I apply these to that movie? It's like, yes, you can, because yeah, why does Leia hug Luke in the original? But again, I'm not really concerned with that in the original because the original trilogy, the original storyline is so good that I'm not
Yeah.
worried about these little details that might bother me in any
And it
other
is a little
situation.
detail, and that movie's a little detail. This one like makes a big deal about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing too. Is like it makes a big deal, and again, what the movie shows us, it just bothers me. Like the movie.
And then we send her off to go find Luke too.
Yeah, why?
So the first person Luke sees is going to be this random girl that he doesn't know.
Yeah, who has
always
his
the new
lightsaber,
characters.
and he's like, "Where'd you get that?" A good question for another time.
And that's honest. I know you said you like that scene. Like it's,
Mhm.
it's a nice location, but also yeah, it's
The music's really good.
The music's good. It is the worst case of I think it's the worst case of like nostalgia porn in the movie though.
Yeah.
It's literally like okay.
Oh yeah. No, you.
The camera's like swerving around like this dramatic moment of Rey just holding out Luke's lightsaber towards Luke, and Luke just looking completely like deadpan. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I remember being in the theater when I first saw this and seeing, you know, the back of Luke in this white hood and just being like, holy shit, it's fucking Luke Skywalker. And like looking back again, at the time I thought it was the coolest thing ever, but looking at it from an objective lens, did I need to see this? No. We could have done without this.
Yeah. Remember when we were going to go like plot point by plot point, and then we only got the one plot point.
I honestly, yeah. What other notes do you have actually? Because I'm curious.
Yeah, we can discuss. We talked about BB-8 here and there. BB-8's interesting. BB-8's new. He's a round droid. He rolls around like a ball.
Yeah, I don't hate BB-8. He's cute.
He's fine. I was never like sold on like he's the best thing.
He's not fine. My top 10 favorite Star Wars characters, but like, you know, he's fine. He's inoffensive. It's a droid character.
Yeah, like his droids are fine.
Yeah,
I think I noticed this for the first time this watching. Like when Rey's going down to find the lightsaber, and she goes down a flight of stairs, and BB-8 follows.
He's going one step at a time.
It's like one step at a time. I thought that was kind of
that's funny.
I like that they put in the effort to make that. And it's a background thing.
Yeah, and of course, one of his best moments is when you know, Finn's trying to get him to give the location of the rebel base, and like Finn gives him a thumbs up, and then the way he thumbs up back is like he pulls out his like lighter. You know,
yeah,
it's cute.
I thought that was a bit too much personally, but
I think it's cute.
I know people like it. I like it. I'm not.
That's okay. You're allowed to dislike it.
I do it. The thing is, they probably should just leave him on the ship more because like that blows their cover. Is this the only BB-8 unit in the galaxy that they're just able, you know, like R2-D2 and C-3PO were dragged around Tatooine fine, and they never like. Yeah, no one ever picked up on them, but you know, BB-8 gets identified immediately, like everywhere he goes.
Yeah. The first author is looking for a BB-8 that looks like that. It's like, oh, that's convenient that that you know that. Yeah, and then eventually,
how do you know that?
Yeah, and then they go to Maz's cantina, and two like a rebel spy and a first order spy immediately find it. It's like, yeah. Keep BB-8 on the ship.
Like, the entire armada on this like one BB-8 that might be the one they're looking for.
This isn't like, BB-8
at the very least, like if they identify, because the one guy did report to the First Order that Han Solo was with the BB-8. So like, okay, maybe they identify Han Solo.
Yeah,
but yeah, just leave if BB-8 is going to get you exposed every step along the way. It's like, even like, okay, why does the Junker guy, why does he want BB? Like, okay, okay, buy it, but like, why is he like sending thugs after Rey to steal it.
Yeah.
Like, is it because the first? He never mentions the First Order. So I
Is it
assume
because
it's
the
not,
First
like,
Order?
ransom.
Does he want? Yeah. Does he just want it
He
for
just really,
parts?
really wants the droid. I guess
He really.
okay.
It's a really cool droid. He wants it.
I guess.
I guess. Yeah. I guess, bro. Like, sure.
Gotta buy the encyclopedia to find out
the
why
Wikipedia.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's just I guess BB-8's just a huge flex or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, you're not gonna find that. You're not gonna find a BB-8 on a Java crawler.
No.
Like, you'd find
Or whatever they
R2-D2,
have on
C-3PO.
Jakku. Do they have Jawas on Jakku? Probably not.
That beats me. Well, they had the one guy who like steals them in the first place, has them in a sack.
Oh yeah, Tito. I think that's
Yeah.
Tebow.
He
Tito.
got no respect to anyone or whatever.
He
Ray
doesn't
said.
respect anyone. Now fuck off. It's like, yeah. Again, great inconsistencies with Rey, where she's just like, oh, I gotta save this little droid from this guy. But immediately I'm gonna be like, oh, go that way. I'm not gonna befriend you or anything.
Yeah, that
like
didn't annoy me.
it's a burden that she's befriending this droid.
It's a droid. What's
You
the
saved
problem
him.
bringing it up?
Like, why are
He
you?
doesn't need food or anything.
Yeah, why are you annoyed that you're saving this guy? It's are you a hero or not? Like, it's little things, little details that you need to get characters right, and they can't fucking do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's fine. He'll
he's
get
fine.
more annoying in the next movie, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Nothing annoying will happen with BB-8 at all in the next movie.
Nothing annoying will
ridiculous,
happen in the
insane.
next movies. Period. They are
Oh,
very
I'm sure. Yeah.
likable. Move on. Move along.
I think I noticed another issue with the Stormtrooper.
Mhm.
Star Wars Summer. I like to point out why Disney Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers don't work like the old ways. I think they have poor posture. I'm going to make a claim. I think the Stormtroopers have poor posture. And they don't command the same presence in that regard.
They don't
like
have
in the
necks.
original. They don't.
Yeah, I'm just.
But
I'm
regardless, I think
thinking
you
about
can
it.
still see like their head like still like bent for in A New Hope.
Mhm.
When you can identify who Luke and Han Solo are because they don't quite walk like the other stormtroopers. They're not, like Luke's a little short for a stormtrooper. But again, like they walk different. They carry their head a little different. Like everyone else is like upright. And I've mentioned before, like in the clone troopers and in the prequels, like they hired like actual Marines. And, you get like discipline. You're like highly disciplined soldiers,
Yes.
and like. Hopefully your actors should act like highly disciplined soldiers, but again, they're not Finn has to like over the top, like sulk over to make it like differentiate himself from the other stormtroopers. Cause again, they don't carry themselves with the same like presence as like the old style.
That's, I mean, cause they do that thing, that subtle thing where like his fallen comrade kind of like smears blood on him. So that's a way of differentiating Finn. But yeah, even if
there's that too.
Yeah, but like you're right, like there is a bit of timidness with Finn where it's like, okay, is he a soldier or not? So then that begs the question, okay, maybe the First Order is this scrappier version of the Empire, but it's never that. No,
but they've been like trained from because
they make it
in
a point.
The original trilogy, like they're conscripts. They're like they're conscripts, from like when they're 18 or so. I'd assume.
Yeah,
like the First Order, they're raising like they're abducting babies from their families.
So they should be
like,
more like they should be more like the clone
Yeah.
troopers, but they're not. They're acting more like stormtroopers.
And again, even stormtroopers in the prequels like hold themselves to like the posture is good.
Oh yeah, because
they have intimidating presence.
There's a distinguishedness. Yeah, there's a bit of sophistication, a bit of to the stormtroopers. Yeah, you're right.
And at least like in the officers in these movies still like like Hux is always like he's always proper and he's
prim and proper. But like, the stormtroopers themselves, again, maybe if they made it more obvious that like it was a bit of a scrappier version of the Empire, like things kind of go wrong, like their ships aren't as impressive, they're kind of crappy and shitty like that. Like that could be cool. Like that could describe like them being a little more disheveled. But yeah, they don't do that. They're trying to be the Empire, so they're trying to be a little bit more posh and sophisticated, and Yeah, that's really clashing. Yeah, no, again, these are little details, but they really bother you the more you think about it.
Yeah. What other? We've done the whole the Ray picking up everything too quickly. We haven't talked
Yeah.
about the Millennium Falcon yet, or like what they're flying the Millennium Falcon off Jakku. I think that is definitely one of the more. I think that's more egregious than the lightsaber fight again, personally. The way she pilots the Millennium Falcon, like
yeah.
she drags it a couple times, but then she does some like expert maneuvers and like engine cuts, and like I don't even know if that like logistically exactly makes sense in the that ships fly like that.
Yeah.
She's flying it like a pod racer, or like it's like tight corners of the
Now
Millennium
this is
Falcon.
pod
She's never,
racing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because like we're not in space. There's gravity and stuff.
Ooh, good
And she just like
point.
flying, and she's flying like she flies haphazardly into a broken Star Destroyer like that. She flies through the engine like exhaust port, or like yeah the propellant or whatever you call it. And you know, fortunately for her, like there's not a fucking dead end or anything. Like it would have been, you'd be dead immediately. And
Yeah.
we would have ended very quickly.
Yeah, short movie.
But yeah, there's. Yeah.
You're right though. There is, again, it just piles on to like, oh, that's convenient for this character. It's just, yeah, it's just never ending. Where you're like, how does she know this? Like, who? What? It makes zero sense because like Luke wasn't that, fiery as a pilot in his X-wing. He was
Yeah.
pretty conservative. He bragged about how much he was like the best pilot ever, but like when it came down to him flying something, it seemed pretty reasonable.
He's competent.
He's
But
competent.
He wasn't like, he's like almost got shot down.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like,
yeah. He's not like doing all these flips and twists and turns and whatnot in the Millennium Falcon. After and then she never even claimed like, oh, she can. I mean, she claims she's a pilot. We never see her.
Yeah, she also admits that she lied about that.
And then she lies. Okay, and then she lies about it. Yeah. Again, who is this character? Where is the consistency with this character? Why am I supposed to like her? Nothing is consistent about her, so it's not an easy character to like.
Yeah, that's just such. It's gotta be if I were like a pilot, this would have to be like the most insulting thing of my like. Just she like. Okay, let's pull a Simpsons reference.
Okay.
Where Homer is mistaken for a pilot.
Yes,
because he's trying to.
Of course.
And, he presses one button and the wheels come in the plane. Falls
But I
to the
keep
ground
telling you I'm not the pilot, and I keep telling you flyboys make me laugh, or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homer presses one button and the plane just like crashes to the ground. And
That's funny. Yeah, that's extremely funny. Yeah, no,
and Ray just like haphazardly like pressing buttons in the Millennium Falcon. It was just like way more complicated than I maybe it's like moderately comparable, but yeah, it's like it's far more complicated than a.
Yeah, she's just pressing buttons and
it just works.
It just works. Yeah, it's like
works.
Where's the tension? Like I guess the tension is the TIE fighters may actually shoot it down. No, like I don't know.
When does that ever happen?
When does that ever happen? I mean, that would be awesome. Like that if they pulled a Dumb and Dumber 2 where they like get the vehicle from the first movie and then they immediately wreck it. That'd be awesome. But like, I get it. Back in 2015, if you turned on the Millennium Falcon and then immediately crashed it, people would have shat themselves in the theater. Like there would have been riots in the street. So I get it.
And she does it. The Millennium Falcon crashes a lot in this movie. Like before Return of the Jedi, Lando accidentally knocks off the satellite dish, and like that
and that's why this one has the rectangle one.
Yeah, now it has that. I was like, that was too close. But yeah, like now it just can, like it keeps hitting the ground, and like somehow like I feel like Finn would be in like some serious danger.
Yeah.
Again, it keeps grounding out, and he's down in the bottom gun, and somehow the bottom gun doesn't fall off or anything.
Yeah, especially later in the movie when they light speed into the Starkiller base. They come out of light speed in the fucking surface of the planet. highly convenient, but whatever, fine. Like, again, dumb Star Wars movie, sure, why not? And then they just like glide on the ground, and it's like, okay, the fucking if the laser cannon wasn't chopped off before, it's chopped off now because it's just grinded to a million
Well, it was
pieces.
also stuck in the lock position.
It's destroyed, but
like Ray pulls a maneuver and they're able to shoot the like Finn could have just walked up to the Top Gun.
Oh yeah, why didn't he?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess they just got on the ship and he's just
somehow,
they didn't know about it. Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Highly convenient.
But I guess like it just plows at the end. It just like plows through all those trees.
And it's fine.
And it's like I don't know what Star Wars ships are made out of, but I like
plastic.
Real life planes are like super delicate.
Yeah, I mean it's a spaceship. I'm fine with bringing the Millennium Falcon back because again, the Millennium Falcon. I always had this. I remember having this conversation with my dad years ago. How he like would say the Millennium Falcon is itself a character in these movies, and so I'm fine with bringing it back. I'm fine with it, kind of going through a lot of shit throughout these movies. Just because, I mean, well, when it comes to characters in these movies, I think the Millennium Falcon is one of my favorite ones, just because of how bad the other ones are. But I think that is a double-edged sword because it is cool to see the Millennium Falcon back, but I know deep down it's for shit like this, where it's just like, it's just there for nostalgia. It's there because it's cool.
Yeah.
When in reality, that thing is a piece of junk. Like, I don't want to keep seeing it. I shouldn't want to keep seeing it. I want to because I'm a Star Wars chud and I love my Star Wars stuff. But like, I know deep down we probably should be moving on and doing other ships. We didn't have the Millennium Falcon at all in the prequels. Those turned out fine.
Hey, it was in Revenge of the Sith.
It was in Revenge of the Sith for like a split second, yeah. I every time I rewatch that shot, I always point it out. I'm just like, there it is, it's right there.
It's a Millennium Falcon. Oh my god.
It's a Millennium Falcon. Oh my god. But yeah, no, I mean, because like I'm fine with the Millennium Falcon being a character. To me, it's like the DeLorean in Back to the Future, or the Batmobile in any Batman movie. Like it in and of itself is a character in the movie.
Yeah. It's like, how did Poe Dameron get back to how did he survive and how did he get back to the,
I'm so glad you brought this up. I'm so glad you brought this up. Even at the time, I thought, what are you doing, movie? Because they escape, they get shot down, and then Finn escapes from the TIE fighter, and then the TIE fighter blows up, and you think, oh, Poe Dameron's dead. But even at the time, I'm thinking, okay, I've seen the trailers for Force Awakens 1,000,000 times each. I know for a fact there's shots of Poe Dameron in this movie that haven't happened yet.
Like water planets and stuff, yeah.
Right. So why are they pretending that he's dead? Like, why is this a plot point? And then he comes back, and it's not even like a reveal. He just like shows, like, it cuts to him inside the inside the X-wing, and he's just like, "Oh, come on, guys!" It's like,
oh, wow, like nothing ever happened.
Wow, he's alive, like we all saw coming. Like, it's so dumb. Like that is a dumb move. I mean, that's a dumb move in any movie. Whenever characters think other characters are dead. When it's like clearly in the trailers they have other scenes that are happening in the movie. It's a dumb thing, and I hope we stop doing that in movies someday soon.
I'm sure it won't happen in any of the next two movies.
No. Yes. That was, I guess they wrote themselves into a corner where they're just like, well, we can't have Poe in this scene, I guess. It's like, why not? Or was Oscar Isaac not available for filming for certain days, so they had to write him out, and they had to write the Finn and Rey befriending each other themselves. Like, it just, I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, but like, it's just a dumb idea, especially because it's like, okay,
Like, I get the setup, but like, okay, like you need to do some explaining. You need to do some explaining because that's just complete.
at the very
How
least,
did it's just complete nonsense that he like makes it back. Like,
how
did he survive the crash? Did he get like he just abandons Finn? I guess.
But Swine, I have the answer.
Yeah.
A good question
Yeah.
for another time.
Oh yeah. And then he makes it back, but he's in fighting condition again, like immediately. Like he made it back to the resistance base and didn't go back for BB-8. Did he go back for BB-8? What happened?
Poe, I thought you were dead. Nope. It's like, okay, yeah. Did he not go back? Did he assume BB-8 made it?
That was the entire point. He needed to find BB-8. And
I don't know,
did
man.
Did he search the entire planet and determine that BB-8 wasn't there?
He's like, well, I guess I'm going back to the Resistance, a failure because my fucking droid got captured, I assume, or maybe didn't. I don't know. Okay. What happened? What even happened?
Bad writing.
Yeah. Just don't think about it. Yeah, that's always good writing, is when the movie tells you to not think about it.
Yeah.
Shut your brain off.
Good point, movie.
That's how you watch movies. You turn your brain off. You don't think when you watch a movie.
This is a good turn your brain off movie.
Yeah, you turn your brain off when you watch movies. No. You turn your brain off when you watch sports. Like, you fucking idiot.
What the heck? Who's another character?
Who are next?
What are next?
Yeah.
I have to cut this. I think I've gotten most of my note
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah. I mean, because again, there are other things I feel like I could go on and on about, but I feel like those are things that could also apply to Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. So like I can easily get to those points when we get to them.
Like for instance, the blasters are a lot more punchy now, like compared to the old movies. Like they start like Poe's like blaster, and like even the bow. They make a big deal about like the bowcaster, and Han Solo really likes the bowcaster in this movie.
I like this thing.
Yeah, it's like it was just a regular gun in the OT.
Yeah. I get it. It's one of those update things where it's like, we have the technology that we didn't have 40 years ago, so we can kind of apply these things a lot easier. So I get it.
It's like it's a lot more like bass and explosion to the blast, and like the blasts are like thicker, and they got like some girth and veins.
I mean, you also get like a lot of really cool angles of the Millennium Falcon when it's flying.
Yeah.
You get angles that you wouldn't have been able to get back in 1977, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is a little and it carries over into the game too. Which I think that's I like Star Wars, the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 versus like I don't know, it is like I don't like the really like dramatic gun, the blasters. I don't know what about it. I think at the end of the day, it's more about. I feel like it's more about the lightsabers and the blasters. Personally,
it has always been that way.
I feel like it's overemphasizing the blasters by doing that. That's whatever. But there is the when they're on Han Solo's like scavenger ship thingy.
Oh yeah,
they release the monsters. They release the monsters.
Yeah.
And they eat everyone immediately. This is very typical movie thing, but it drags around Finn forever without eating him.
Right. I guess it was full. I guess, or it just really likes the taste of bad guys more than good guys.
Yeah,
that's convenient.
That's like a very like typical like movie suspense thing where
100%. Yeah,
I feel like it overdid it a bit more even then. Like it overstayed its welcome, but
yeah, not a fan of the the Gorlak or whatever the fuck those creatures are called. I forget. Rathtars, I think they're.
It sounds like raptor, but it's a Raftar. I think it's part
raptor. Yeah, kind of lame. It's like it goes on a little too much, but I guess they wanted to include the raid cast, which again they also wasted because they just get eaten by the fucking squid Billy monster or whatever the fuck they're called.
Woo.
Yeah, great.
When Maz is telling Rey about the Force, she tells Rey to close her eyes, and Rey just doesn't close her eyes. I thought that was kind of funny. I like imagine the Force and Rey just doesn't do it. Not that like
I didn't even pick up on that, but that's funny.
It wasn't like in like like she doesn't want to do it. She just like it. Like after that, she's like running away from the Force. She doesn't want any of it. But at that point, she's not like speaking her mind. She just doesn't listen. She just doesn't humor Maz. So I don't know if that was intentional or just the script not paying attention to what it was actually saying.
Either way, that's funny.
This is like the one movie where Hux has some like against like respect.
See, I literally looked at my phone for like a couple seconds and then I looked back up and I realized, oh, it was that scene. So that was the one time I rewinded in the movie when it's Hux giving that like impassioned speech. I'm like, this is so tight. Like this is actually really cool. Like the one cool moment Hux gets in these movies when he's just screaming about like, this is the last stand of the Republic. It's awesome. And then because then the rest of the series he is unbelievably lame, which is a shame because I like Domhnall Gleeson. I think he's a great actor. And I think this could have been a really cool character to really offset the I like the sophistication that kind of offsets the emo-ness of Kylo Ren. I think it's a really cool dichotomy. And then the movies never really explore that in anything cool. So
yeah, it's like it's actually it's kind of like like a little bit of like Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin, where like they're they're kind of at each other's necks. Like there's a bit of tension. Like, it's not on. There's tension, and then like Hux just gets like punked after this movie. Like it's Kylo Ren just like
it's the Kylo Ren show. Not really. Hux is just kind of there. They're just like, we needed a character that's like Grand Moff Tarkin, but not really. So we got General Hux. Lame. Lame.
After this movie, he was fine.
Yeah, he's fine here. And I think that's thanks to the performance from the actor. I think the performance really sells it because what's going on underneath is not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot to Hux, but the performance is really good.
Yeah. And then immediately after that, the shot of like the Starkiller base, like actual like laser blast is cool too. Like it's I think that's a like pretty like there are good looking scenes in this movie. Like they have good looking scenes in this movie for what it's worth.
Yeah.
In some ways, I even feel like it doesn't even. Yeah, in some ways it doesn't even feel like Star Wars. I guess it's just because how George Lucas does things. Like there's the at the beginning they had, and this was in like the trailers too. They had like the flickering lights in the the stormtrooper like drop ship, and that like it's like.
That's very JJ.
It looks cool, but it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't exactly feel like Star Wars.
I feel like I've talked about this before. I cannot remember which episode it was, but like something that JJ does a lot in his movies, well, at least the ones that I've seen, that would be Force Awakens and his Star Trek movies, is that there's this movie does it some like a lot. It definitely does it during the Millennium Falcon chase scene on Jakku, when the Millennium Falcon like flies into the Star Destroyer and then the camera zooms in on it. Kind of it's this really obnoxious thing in movies where like it's obvious that it's an entirely CGI shot. Like it's obvious they made it entirely in a computer, but they fake it by making it look like the camera is zooming in as if there's like a documentary filmmaker right there at the scene zooming into whatever is happening. It happens a lot in his Star Trek, and that did kind of bother me because it feels very gimmicky where it's just like, oh look, it's like we're actually there. It's a very cheap gimmick because I know what the movie is doing. So like this movie doesn't have that as often, but it is a thing that JJ has done, and I feel like other movies have done before too, obviously. But it feels very cheap it's a very cheap gimmick where like you zoom in on an entirely CGI shot to be like, look, it's like you're actually there. It's like, no, that's not what Star Wars does. You know, that's not Star Wars. So you're right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I agree with pretty much everything you said. All right. I do have one. We have one more character to talk.
Okay.
That doesn't show up in another movie. It's your profile picture.
Traitor.
Yeah, it's was it TG8?
TR8R. Traitor.
Oh, I don't think I ever came up with that.
Wait, really? I'm pretty sure it's TR8R. Yeah, like
that's kind of it's a little on the nose, but I like it.
Well, I think that's I don't think that's the
He yells traitor.
I don't think that's the official name. I think that is what people came up with memes.
Okay.
Maybe is traitor canon? Let me look that up. Actually, you talk about traitor.
But yeah, I in a way like it's nice because he he does definitely put Finn in his place. Like it's good that it's like Finn isn't really, because we shouldn't expect Finn to just be good with lightsaber like right off the bat, and like this guy does put him in his place pretty well. Even though at the same time, he probably just should have left his blaster out and shot Finn, because Finn probably would not have been
pulled on Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah. I have an update on this. So, yes, the Riot Control Stormtrooper, widely known by the fan-made internet nickname TR8R. I asked if it was canon, but then it says, so like AI is saying like, yeah, it's officially canon, with his real in-universe designation being FN2199, nicknamed Nines, which I'm like, okay, that's not what I asked. Like, I asked, is his name Traitor?
Stormtrooper named Nines.
No, it's Fives. Well, maybe they have. Yeah, Fives.
Well, no, there's 99. 99 is something.
That's right. 90. Yeah, Clone Trooper 99. Plus, there's 9. JJ McCarthy on the Vikings.
Yeah. Rip, he got benched today.
He got benched today. Yeah, Kyler's gonna start. For the first few weeks. All right, that's enough ball talk. We're here to geek out about Star Wars. Anyway, so yeah, TR8R is a fan made internet nickname. But traitor. Because hilarious. So, oh yeah, I love this character. I mean, I don't love this character, but I love this Stormtrooper because the memes that spawn from him, are just plentiful. I loved it. One of my favorite videos from around that time, like ever, I would say one of my favorite internet videos ever is literally, the traitor scene, like loop to call on me. Yeah. I love that video so much.
Legendary
it is
video.
So funny. Like, it was one of my favorite memes at the time, and it's probably one of my top like 20 favorite videos on the internet. It is so funny.
Yeah, he gets shot. He was playing with his food.
Yeah.
He should have shot Finn.
See, leading up to the movie, like I said earlier, I feel like people were kind of saying Captain Phasma was going to be the Boba Fett, quote unquote, where it's like the character that looks cool, and does cool things, but like she's lame. She's unbelievably lame. I feel like Traitor is more that, where it's like, he does a cool thing because like he fights Finn. He does like the traitor, and then he fights Finn, which is cool. And then he's out of the movie like after like 10 seconds,
Yeah, I've read why couldn't it have been Phasma? And like it's just, you could still like have it go the exact same way and like shoot her, and the thing, she has like the deflective armor or whatever, so like you could have like knocked her out but not killed her. Like,
okay. I mean, either or. But like, why couldn't it have been Phasma? That's a good point. I never thought about it that way, but that would have been a cool thing to make her. Yeah, and then you didn't need to bring her back when she's like, because like the way they brought her back is like she's the one that puts the shields down. It's like, I don't know, you could have had them sneak in and just put the shields down themselves.
Yeah, like Obi-Wan knows, or that's a tractor beam.
That's a tractor beam, but like, who cares? Like, they could have made it work. They didn't need to make Phasma unbelievably lame. They could have made her cool.
Yeah.
But then again, we wouldn't have gotten Traitor. So I think
And he's not the only. The thing is, because Kylo also yells traitor at Finn as well.
Traitor!
Yeah. So that's a double beat. And I thought it's a bad thing, but there is a double beat on that.
I think they're said differently enough that I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
But like nothing will ever beat TR8R. Traitor.
Yeah.
Traitor.
You can't really call Kylo a traitor.
No,
It
he's
doesn't
just
really work.
he's Ben Swallow. No, that's the next movie.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. On second thought, I probably should have. I probably should have made my profile pic be
Ben
Kylo
Swallow.
Ren to some degree.
That's
It
okay.
should've-
The next episode
I'll
you
get it
can
for
be
next
Ben
time.
Swallow. Yeah.
I
Well-
already know what I'm going to atone for this next episode. It won't be Ben Swallow, but I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it,
I'm excited nonetheless, but I guess before we get to that, well, not before because I'm listen, mask off. This is not going to be one episode. This is all going to be 3 different episodes.
What?
Like, I'm not
It's
even
not going to be 9 hours.
I'm not even going to attempt
9 hours for 9 movies.
I'm not even going to attempt to make it a single episode. I thought I could get away with the prequels. It's like, no. And I was smart. That's why I only watched Force Awakens. And look at that. We're at 2.5 hours. Like,
Yeah.
I'm smart. I've learned my lessons over. Listen, 200 episodes. I've learned some things. Okay.
This isn't his first rodeo.
This is not my first rodeo. Sorry, this is my first rodeo. No, but like,
This is his first rodeo.
yeah. Is there anything else before I get to the DVD? I don't want to step on anything. Like, please.
Yeah, I've got everything at this point.
Okay.
We're gonna hit it.
All right. Because I do have this on DVD. Like, you'd think, like, I think, obviously, I got the originals in their own DVD pack. I got the prequels in their own DVD pack. The sequels are going to be interesting, and we'll get to them as we get to them. But Force Awakens, I did buy on DVD. I, in fact, remember when I first bought it. I remember it was like, it definitely, maybe it was because I used Christmas money, but I bought 2 DVDs at the same time, and that was Force Awakens and The Great Muppet Caper. And I remember getting them and thinking like, they definitely weren't the first DVDs I ever bought for my collection, but they were pretty early on when I was like really starting to take my movie collection seriously. So yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, this Force Awakens DVD was kind of there from the start. And it's a simple DVD. This is not a 4K. This is not a Blu-ray. This is a straight up DVD of Force Awakens. Oh, hey, get your rewards now. Enter your code at DisneyMovieRewards.com. This is
Rip.
probably not real.
Hey, that sounds great. Disney movie rewards in a Star Wars movie. That's kind of wild.
Yeah. But anyway, but like, so it's just a straight up DVD. There is no menu. Well, there is a menu, and it's either play, scene selection, setup.
Yeah, I just
That's
watched James review this DVD actually.
Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't watch the video. I only edited the Revenge of the Sith segment. I know. Look, I'm really bad at actually watching James's videos.
I want to say he put this one last.
Probably.
Actually, this was his worst one.
I mean, yeah. Because like
correctly.
the DVD menus for Star Wars really only apply to the first 6. I don't know how he did the other 3.
I guess they were mildly like they didn't put much work into this one from what I remember, but they put a little more work into Last Jedi and
no kidding.
Rise of Skywalker.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Look, because I know DVD menus are kind of a lost art on us, but like,
yeah.
I mean, what's important is the movie on them. But hey, it wouldn't hurt to have a cool DVD menu. You know, those are cool. But yeah, you know, as much as I have been shitting on this movie this whole episode, look, I swear I do like it. I think it's one of those things where like I like it, and I also acknowledge there's a lot of things wrong with it. But I can't deny what this movie represents. I think the movie itself is fine. You know, you wouldn't if it didn't have the massive hype train that it had before it came out, you'd probably be confused by looking at this movie and thinking, all right, what's so special about it? I think the hype really does kind of sell it to me, where I'm like, it was a fun time at the movies when I first saw it. And every time I've seen it since, I do have fun with it. So I can't ever really hate it. And I think, like I was just saying, this DVD was kind of one of the first. It wasn't the first, I can assure you that. But it was kind of early on when I was starting to take collecting movies a little bit more seriously. Like I wanted my own collection separate from what my family had growing up. Like this was for me. This was my collection that I was buying with my own money that I got from Christmas. So yeah, I think this DVD really does mean a whole lot more to me than I give it credit for. And I think this movie does mean a lot more to me than I give it credit for, because as much as I do have issues with it and as fine as I think it is, I think overall the lessons I've learned from it over the years in terms of my tastes in film, I think are far more, they're far more valuable to me than the movie itself, you know? So like, yeah, I think overall I still like the movie. I'm keeping the DVD because it does mean a lot to me. Listen, Force Awakens, as lame as it is and as probably low as I'm going to keep going on it, like I'm sure the next few times I watch it, I'm going to get more and more annoyed with it. Just something about it keeps me returning and keeps me viewing it in a positive light, to the point that I'm like, you know what? It's always going to be somewhat special in some way, shape, or form to me. That I got to keep it for that. It's an important part of this collection.
Yeah, I think I had a similar experience. I guess it was one of my early, for Christmas. Like it was one of my early movies is mine. I have the Blu-ray copy, and it's a bit of a problematic one because they wanted to be fancy with it, so they made the case black, all black, so it looks like a 4K Blu-ray.
But it's just a regular 4K, a regular Blu-ray. Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's a regular Blu-ray, not a 4K, but it's black
it's a black ray.
Yeah, so it's a little annoying in that regard, but yeah, I'm not getting rid. I gotta have all the Star Wars movies.
You gotta have all the Star Wars. Well,
this one I'll say I gotta have all the like Rise of Skywalker. You could maybe convince me out of it.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah. And this is also whenever I go through my digital copies of movies, this is the second one I ever had. So it's the very bottom.
What was number one? Do you remember?
Aladdin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Blu-ray copy of Aladdin, for special release, and that was my first digital copy.
Cool. Okay, yeah, that's a good movie to have as a digital copy. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wanted to be a little bit more positive this episode, but listen, the bad news / good news, it's gonna get even more negative. Which I'm kind of excited for. I've been kind of excited to talk about the next two movies when we get to them, just because I feel like those are going to be fun to shit on. But in due time, Swine, in due time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you'll be here next time, so I guess you can shout out your stuff. Shout out some stuff. But then don't shout out everything. Save it throughout the next 3 episodes, shouting out everything. So shout out one thing.
I'm Uncultured Swine. I'm on
all right, that's your
YouTube,
one thing.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Uncultured
Swine Studios. Woo.
On YouTube. There you go. Okay. You can save your other plugs for the next 2 episodes.
All right.
Which, folks, stay tuned. We'll be talking about some very beloved movies next time.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And the time after that.
And the time after. Oh boy. Get hyped? Question mark. All right. Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.
No, you're gonna say something. Sorry.
Oh no! Yeah, we're no.
Oh,
we're done.
I thought you had a joke. Okay, so sorry. I didn't mean to put you on the spot or nothing.
I wasn't quite I was formulating something and then it crashed and burned.
Okay.
And I forgot what it was already.
It crashed and burned, just like the sequel trilogy. Okay, bye, folks.
Yeah, tripped at the start. We tripped at the starting line. Just
teaching the world.